But.
Hi, Dan.
Yo.
How are you, mate?
Yo.
Having a lovely time.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Sucks he couldn't come.
Yeah. This is podcast. Is it number 27?
Oh God,
fuck.
you're asking the question.
Who fucking knows?
God, I do this every fucking time.
That's why we need Harley here.
Dan, do you know? Have you got it on the fucking?
It
It's
is...
podcast 420 or 69.
Oh,
or it's
superior.
a podcast.
Blaze it.
It is 27 because 26 was the one with Mac.
Oh,
One
yeah.
with Mac. This is going to be the one with Ty, except we've already done like 3 with Ty, so it's going to be called the one with Ty.
I think we've done
times
fucking
3.
more.
Ty times 5,000.
Yeah, probably that.
Okay, so it is Thursday, the 8th of September. R.I.P. Queen and all the other things that we've told
yeah.
us about. Anyway,
Which is your favourite album of hers?
Night at the Opera. Yeah, easily.
Whoops.
I'll definitely edit. I'm not going to edit this out. Anyway, Saul, can you get off Instagram for just
I'm just
a
getting this
second?
ready so that when we need it,
For the questions.
Right.
Well, I don't know if it come on.
We've been off the back of 2 events, one of which Daniel was at, one of which Ty was at, and we're gonna start with DoriLz-Fest because it was first, and Martin's getting absolutely sick and tired of us not talking about DoriLz-Fest and talking about other things. So it was in Scotland. It was at Driftland. It was, despite everything that happened with Mac at the last podcast, seemingly went without a hitch. I didn't get shouted at by anyone. Daniel, did you get shouted at by anyone?
Did not get shouted at by anyone. Had a lovely time.
Saul, did you get shouted at by anyone?
I did not get shouted at by anybody.
That's great. I am aware that there was some quite understandable shit talking by a member of staff at Driftland on Facebook that we didn't see. I still haven't seen. I don't think it matters much. I don't really care.
I didn't even hear about this.
Yeah, who did I hear this from? Oh, I heard it from Mac, actually, which is weird because Mac's obviously banned on all profiles by Driftland. But I understand why they perhaps didn't understand what we were doing. Maybe we should have given them the right to reply.
We did. Well, we could have. They could have quite easily said, "Can we?" Also...
No, I know, but we didn't ask.
Oh, we
them.
didn't ask. No.
We should probably, if you'd like to reply to the BDC and Mac, that's totally fine. Just
we
message
could turn
us.
this into a rap battle.
Yeah, a rap beef. And
everybody from the 313, throw your motherfucking hands up and follow me.
you can have Tupac shot in Las Vegas. Yeah, back of a BMW. Anyway, generally that event I found was really, really good fun. Had very much final bossy. Final boss. By the way, Ty's here. I mean, I can't believe I'm missing this.
That's alright.
Ty's been around now for like over a week, so we're just used to him being here now. Hi, Ty.
Hey, boys.
He's travelled about 400,000 billion miles over the past couple of weeks, past week, and he's. I feel like you're tired at this point. You're tired.
I'm only tired because Saul took us on a 35-kilometre walk this afternoon. But not at all.
Sorry, I should have
DoriLz-Fest.
mentioned this at the beginning. Yeah.
I want to know. I watched all the videos and stuff from, obviously, because I was meant to come and then ditched it for Ireland.
For LZ-Fest.
But what a time. Anyway, we'll get to that.
What?
But out of all the driving that I've seen, it looks sick from me looking from the outside in.
Yeah.
And Mr. Dan Joyce looked like he ripped everybody a new arsehole because that biatch was shredding Mr. DJ.
Yeah, he did.
Good driving. From what I've seen, looked phenomenal.
It looked like he had loads of fun too, which was really good and a good change because usually it's Dan Joyce just sour as fuck fixing things.
It really is, yeah.
Sick and tired of fixing. So, from your perspective, Daniel Joyce, how was DoriLz-Fest? Was it everything and more that you desired?
No, because I was absolutely adamant that DoriLz-Fest was going to be my last event and I was just going to sell everything. And then my car just works all the time and I had a great time. So now I'm still in financial ruin.
Mate, your S15 will find a way to own you, like, no matter what.
Oh, it will, yeah, 100%. I even looked at it like I might actually fix all the rust on it and then I realised I won't do that.
Oh, mama.
Yeah, as if
he's falling back in love.
Is it? Yeah.
He's back, baby.
Gets in his car.
It just works. Yeah, it just works.
As if it just works. That's so weird.
It was like, I think it's the first time since when, 2019
You did
maybe.
You did do a diff output, which is, I tell you now, the weirdest thing I've ever known anyone to break. I've never known anyone to break a diff output.
Yeah, but it's usually me doing a engine, so I was going to take that and be happy.
Yeah, take a diff output any day over a fucking engine.
Yeah.
It tried to eject, didn't it? And then as it's come out, it's...
I don't know. I don't know what it's done. It's decided to be weird. It wasn't happy.
It was a patchy track with Velinos at 15 psi and a big clutch dump that said "Nah, fam."
See, Dan should have been there in DoriLz-Fest because that was his world.
Yeah, that was
like,
you'd have liked Mondello, Dan. Let's not get there yet. Let's not.
DoriFest.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. You know, I'm sorry, Martin. Let's talk about DoriFest. DoriFest was ace. It, like I said, had Final Boss vibes. It had STL vibes. It had really good. I hate saying the word vibes because it's super cliche.
Vibes. It's the truth.
I really enjoyed it.
The only thing that upset me about DoriFest was everyone hoteling.
Oh yeah, but then that's the way things are these days, isn't it? People
we're getting old, is what we are.
Where did you sleep? Did you sleep in the car?
I slept in the Jeep.
You slept in the Jeep?
Yeah.
Where did I sleep? I slept in the van.
In the van.
Dan was in his van.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were still fucking flying the flag for hotel stuff. Yeah, it was. It was.
The pits were empty.
The pits were empty. Oh, why you say empty?
It was getting leathered.
It was quite
with the gripped up boys.
Yeah, that was yeah, the gripped up MX-5s, and they were getting well gripped up. I'll tell you that now. You guys were absolutely gripped up. Mega gripped up.
Mega.
There was some good trade standy stuffs. We had a store. We sold some stuff. That was lovely. Martin seemed to be in his element. He was selling stuff himself, and he was super happy. He didn't seem mega stressed.
The weather looked pretty good.
Yeah, the weather was nice. Yeah, it didn't let us down.
On the first day.
Morning. Yeah, on the first morning.
Well, that happened at STL when we were there too. Same.
Yeah.
Scotland things.
Yeah, it'd be boring if it was just dry the whole time. Everyone's Dan Joyce would have 100% destroyed everything if he'd have had 2 days of complete and utter dryness. But yeah, tyres wise, what were you on, Dan? You were on some stuff. You changed halfway.
I went on Velinos and then ran out of Velinos and stole yours Zestinos.
Velinos, Zestinos, they sound the same to me.
Lots of Enos.
I'm sure there's something written on
the
side
of the emos
that says exactly what they are. Yeah, the emos.
Yeah, the emos. They were fast. They worked. It was okay.
Yeah.
Now
grippy. Are they like 160 tread or sort or 200?
No, they're 200, but they're not for like if you're doing competitions, then they'd be cool because you don't get much out of them at all.
Well, yeah, I think you probably wouldn't get many laps out of them. You seem to be getting through them fast.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, and when they are like £130 plus VAT each, it's kind of like fucking hell.
That's some money, innit?
It's not really worth it, really.
No, they were. I'm sure they were well cheaper, but times change. Times change.
Yeah.
Clearly, we are not L'Oreal, and we're not worth it.
What was interesting?
We are not worth it. No.
When I went out with Dan on the comp layout at the end of, I think it was Saturday.
Yeah,
I think it was Saturday.
Oh, you were sat in his car?
I just went out. He was going out, and I just come in. I was letting the car cool down, and I was just like, "Oh, Dan's on his way out. I'll just go out with him."
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was we were chasing. We were chasing someone in a 13, and it was like insane amounts of grip, insane speed.
Yeah.
But then, as soon as the tire was done, you really knew it was done. It just got to the point where it was just ice.
Oh wow!
And you could almost like feel it in your arse, you know, where you've just it's gripping, and then all of a sudden it was just
gone.
Wheel speed increased, you know, everything
but,
started.
But speed didn't increase.
It just the sound of it, everything started just going. Nah, we're good.
On that, you did. I'm gonna say, struggle. Like visibly, I was afraid for you for a small amount of time. I was like, oh God, Saul hasn't driven in 4 years. This is his first.
You didn't drive enough, and that was an issue.
Yeah, that was my biggest problem. Was I was so far in my own head that I was listening to every little noise going. There's so many things wrong with this car. I'm pulling it. So like the first time I'd driven with a two-way and hearing it clunk and coming in, like and checking it over, not finding a single thing wrong, going back out, it clunking and making loud ass knocking noises, coming back in, checking. I was like, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Checking the shafts, checking the diff.
I can tell you that thing drives fucking phenomenal. It was fine.
Yeah, same. I got it, like, I was like, oh, I'll get in it. And because I was just like, I'm prepared to break this fucking car. Let's me and you, Soul's S14, relive our glory days at Three Sisters, where I got in, I did 10 hot laps back to back and just fucking sent the engine to the hell. That was really quite sad. But anyway, I decided to get in and kick its head in, and it was, I hate saying surprisingly, but surprisingly quite a lot of fun.
So once you'd been out in it, I'd kind of sussed that it was just me. That was the
Yeah,
problem.
you definitely needed to be in like another gear.
Well, I was in third, but I was also pussyfoot in third. So
Yeah.
then I followed you, and I was like, oh my god, it needs to be so much faster.
Yeah.
Like everything needs to be quicker.
Big
because
fast.
The car is now grippy and works well,
Yeah.
so I can't get away with being 50%.
Absolutely.
It has
yeah.
to be like you have to be pretty much on it.
Yeah.
And when I had the Sestinos already on a pair of wheels and I put them on after
Yeah.
I killed the first set. Most retarded tyres in the world, like compared to what
Fast,
obviously-
moved
it just-
fast.
You obviously clutch kicked and it accelerated instead of just spun the wheels.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm not ready for that. I need to
No.
go to road tyres with 40 psi and then work back from there.
But do you know what? I didn't, because I went out on the road tyres, didn't I?
tyres, yeah.
And I tell you now, I was like, alright, granted, it wasn't nowhere near as grippy as mine, but like it wasn't as terrible as I remembered road tyres to be.
Well, when we get into Ireland, I'll be able to talk with I realise what the difference is, and going from one tyre to the other isn't much of a difference. But we'll get into that a bit. There isn't. Like,
I mean, we'll get on to that. But so the day one was you basically figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
Day
It was
two,
much of the same, really. I was still kind of.
you did. I mean, you broke a gear linkage.
Yeah, so I bird shit welded the gear linkage on
You
the
did.
350 box swap.
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Wow. You bought that when you were at motherfucking Jap speed. You did.
Did I?
Yeah.
You did.
Wow.
That's how many.
For like £150.
Yeah, I think it was
Bargain.
180 quid delivered or something fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Fuck
So
it
it was
hell.
so cheap. Back when 350 boxes were like,
I-
I think maybe only like a handful of people had done them.
Yeah. But then it wasn't cheap just because it was cheap because the central, the bit that slides over the output shaft had cracked.
Well, he had the guy who had done it had done his own clutch swap, and when he'd done the way he explained it is he said, "Oh, it took me about 6 months to do the swap." I was like, "Wow, that's like anything I ever do."
Are
So he'd
you
obviously
sore?
took the gearbox out, but left it in his garage, and the release bearing sleeve had got stuck on the
Oh, okay.
bearing retainer plate.
Yeah.
So then he was obviously took a hammer to it to free it up and cracked off the sleeve instead of releasing the sleeve off.
Brilliant.
The end. So that was
Destroyed it for no reason.
90 quid delivered from Japan through Nissan because that was the only way I could get one.
Wow.
Because no breakers yard would sell me one because they wanted to sell the whole gearbox.
Yeah, of
You had
course.
to buy
Yeah,
it
of course.
individually. So, but Nissan on the shelf, but was in Japan. Took 3 weeks to be delivered. 90 quid.
It's still cheap. It's still cheaper than fucking.
So like
Any
the
other
full
gearbox.
conversion was less than 300 quid.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good, isn't it? Really, but considering, I mean, mine was pretty cheap. Mine was 250 quid, but then that was from a 350Z breaker who I feel like had fucking no idea what the fuck was up.
No, yeah. Some of them don't. Some of them still don't realise that they are quite sought after, especially when they don't say CDO9 on them, which, as we all know, none of them do.
No, and even the CDO9 seem to be shit. I mean, Daniel, Joyce, how many synchros has your CDO9 got problems with? Your last
Well,
one?
I haven't even got an 09. I've got a 088, which is the updated of the updated.
So it's
and
like
it's shit.
it's better than a CDO9.
It's a 370 box. I
And
think.
Yeah, it's the 370 box, and there's no synchros left in
and
third or
seemingly
fourth.
has no synchros left. I mean, it's almost like Nissan can't make gearboxes with synchros anymore. I mean,
Or I can't change gear.
Yeah, you just absolutely flop at every gear.
I mean, it could be
It's
that,
just
I guess, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's like they endlessly updated this gearbox because they couldn't get the synchros right. I mean,
Yeah.
quit.
Yeah, just give up. Like that.
Give up. Do something. If you're telling me that
Yeah,
on the
to be fair-
370Z, they're still on the 370Z, they were still changing things to make the synchros better. They needed to have
Yeah,
stopped
no,
talking
they were
to
changing.
fucking Renault.
They put smaller main bearings in it that hold the lathe shaft, which is weird as fuck. There's 3 different versions of bell housing for 350Z boxes,
Wow.
which I found out awkwardly.
I must
It's
have been really
just all
lucky
aids.
You originally
Yeah.
got the HR,
then.
which is the hydraulic release bearing one, which apparently
That's the last
Yeah.
one, isn't it? That's the last
no
of the
one
350s.
but Serial 9, I think, do anything for.
Yeah.
You have to specifically say, I've got a HR release bearing, and
Yeah.
then they'll do a separate kit entirely.
Yeah.
So how were your gearboxes on day 2 of DoriFest?
Day 2 DoriFest, your gearbox was absolutely toast.
Well, no, my gearbox was totally fine.
It was the
But
gearbox.
Yeah,
an
yeah.
upshift of chasing Dan and Danny meant that when I clutch kicked it into third, I just obviously hit it too hard and snapped the welds off the linkage. So the
Get your microphone next to your fucking head.
Gear
You
lever
can't
was
hear yourself.
just,
No one else can fucking hear you.
Gear lever was just doing fucking dick in soup shit.
Yeah. The
It's not too bad, Bart, really.
Oh, it's an easy fix.
Yeah.
I just had to then awkwardly. Someone brought a welder, perfect, but then it's kind of within 2 hours of the end of the day, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say to someone,
Please stop. I wanna go
you're
home."
For having fun, can you just weld my shit up so I can go out and do laps? It's not fair, so I just waited for the end of the day, waited for everyone to get packed up, and then Callum Pete. Thank you very much, Callum Pete.
Yeah, the
cool.
Callum.
very cool.
Yeah, the Callum.
He came along and welded my shit back up for me because I couldn't even get it on the trailer because I was stuck in third,
Oh shit, yeah.
so I physically couldn't get the.
Oh,
You're very
yeah,
lucky.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
very lucky. You actually got that fucking back-to-back H piece back to the pits because you're very.
Well, I didn't. I got to the end of the pit line,
Yeah.
sorry, the queue,
Yeah.
and I physically couldn't turn the corner.
Oh.
I would have had to have turned at like 40 mile an hour, and
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know
yeah.
if Driftland would have been cool with me kind of
Coming in
hot
hot.
lapping the
Coming
pits.
in hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
But realistically, that's a pretty good test that I only really have one thing go
yeah,
wrong.
small,
But
tiny
after
problem. And the
all
biggest
this,
problem was me. The biggest problem was me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. But it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, I was expecting you to sort of get in and be like, right. I mean, I do this every fucking year. Every sort of April, May, whenever I start drifting again, I'm like, I get in the car, I'm like, how the fuck do you do this?
Yeah, for
How
sure.
do I do this? This is so weird. I try and unsettle the car, and then you start to remember how the car feels when it starts to unsettle, and then you kick its head, and you're like,
Well,
oh, yeah, I remember this.
Yours was fine. It was just the radiator.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
true, yeah.
Dan did on the second day 550 laps of Driftland instead, and he was sweet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. I mean,
That's from what I've seen anyway.
I didn't realize this. So my new ECU is sick because what it basically did was saved my shit from total and utter destruction by
Yeah.
limiting me. Is it a limiter, Dan? What is it? Is it pulling
Yeah,
ignition?
yeah, it is a limiter, but it's a disgusting, horrible, nasty sounding limiter.
It sounds like a misfire on all 4 cylinders.
Yeah, it's at like 5,500 RPM or something like that.
That's
5,000
exactly it.
RPM.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
But
It's around there. So when it gets too hot, it goes on to that kind of limiter to put back the power out of it, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it worked because it made me stop. But like,
yeah.
there was.
It's not a fixable thing at a drift day. That's
No, it isn't. It
New,
isn't.
new coolant system, basically.
Yeah, which I have since done, but I didn't know that at the time.
You did?
I discovered this. No, I didn't. No, we suspected it, but at the time I thought I had.
You couldn't definitively say
No,
yes,
I couldn't.
it was.
I couldn't
You could've
define it.
just,
But it transpires at DoriLz-Fest that I then tried to fucking limit the cunt at like 50 degrees, and turns out I won't let you do that either.
it wasn't. Yeah, well, that's just the safety parameter for let you
know.
get your car up the temperature is
But,
what we
but
found
my
out.
point was, I
Yeah, yeah,
realised
yeah.
that was the same sound. It was the same noise. It
Yeah.
was the same
Yeah.
limiter. Which made way more sense. Maybe a link dash will be the next thing on the cards. Hey Link, let's talk. Let's have conversations. Anyway, right. So then,
And it wants to be free.
yeah, that'd be great.
No, it does though. Like, I can't be asked to rant at the moment.
yeah, let's
Let's see what they offer first before we shit talk.
No, I wasn't going to shit talk. It's just that
No, we know.
it's. When are we going to see our
We'll be
worth and stop selling ourselves for 5%?
We'll be fine.
Well, I mean, at some point soon. I
Fair
imagine.
point. Yeah.
Probably at some point soon, Daniel. But anyway, right. So anyway,
Yeah, carry on.
DoriFest. Martin, we're talking about DoriFest. Aren't you happy? DoriFest was ace, and if there was no LZ-Fest, it would be the only thing that we would talk about for about 6 months.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
DoriFest was sick. Please do another one, Martin. You don't necessarily have to do it at Driftland. I'm not saying don't do it at Driftland, because Driftland was good. It was a good fun. I enjoyed it. But I feel like you've got a name, you've got a brand there, and an event that could literally work anywhere. And everyone knew what the crack was. We all knew what to do and how to have fun and how to act and what to do. And you could literally put that fucking anywhere.
Yeah, you could. But
Yeah,
it wouldn't be in
Martin.
the UK, would it? It just wouldn't. Well, you got Teesside and Three Sisters, and they ain't going to entertain it.
No, that's true. But, there's a big patch of concrete somewhere in this frigging country that definitely would be okay with it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You probably find there'll be parking cars on it rapidly.
Yeah,
Especially
as soon as Cinch
R.I.P.
start releasing how much money they earn this fucking year.
70 quid a car it costs. So you go on Google Maps, you look at Cinch and look down on all those cars and realise they're making 70 quid per day per car for every single one.
It's empty now, isn't it?
It's not empty.
They're
don't
using
say
the
that.
racetrack.
Yeah, well, they're using the parts of the racetrack.
Oh,
They're
well.
not using the.
No,
original, they're
the
using
racetrack's
infield.
empty.
Yeah, it's the infield only, though, isn't it? It's not the.
Yeah,
it's not
the infield's the cool part.
Yeah.
Well, I quite like
Infield
the
and Mayhem.
I quite like the. I was going to say I quite like the big outer bit because you could do big Mayhan stuff there.
Yeah, but that lakeside.
Yeah.
It's nice and fast and flowy and.
Yeah.
It was always good fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not gonna happen.
Anyway. I had a lot of fun. It was good all round. I wouldn't change anything. Would you change anything about it?
The track.
What
I think-
element of the track?
No. I don't feel that when we go back to Driftland and the updates are done based on parking next to that off ramp. Should we call it?
Off ramp. the
new-
BMX jump.
Yeah, I don't feel.
Dan, you
like
should bring your
motocross
bike, right?
yeah.
And
It looks like a fucking 65-foot coffin jump.
and just rattle off up this fucking jump. You'll fucking love
I
it.
just don't feel like we're gonna get
Up it. Do you not think?
I don't know.
Of course you will. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how low the car is. If you go at it with enough pace, you'll get up it.
It's hard enough.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, yeah, we should just, it'll be fine. It will be fine. But I don't need it to be in a different place. I mean, I realised before when we drove to fucking Ireland that it was quicker to get to Ireland and less mileage than it was to get to fucking Driftland.
Yeah.
But that's just us because where we are, we're sort of middle of fucking England. But anyway, let's do another one, Martin. I'm super pleased. I like to see all the media that came out of it. It was real cool. Again, big Final Boss vibes, big STL vibes. And I think that's been drastically missing from UK drifting for a while. It was nice to see that there was loads of guys who have been literally waiting for an event like this to just turn
Yeah,
up.
the ones who didn't sell
Yeah,
basically.
all the guys that didn't sell up, they've all been sat on their fucking S-bodies like Bitcoin. Appreciating that shit. And the money's been stacking. All those dudes have literally been waiting for this event to fucking happen. And I feel like, I remember looking at the application process and thinking like, if this was, I mean, it was Martin's event, and I had no real influence in who was coming at all, really. But it was really interesting to see how many people applied and like the quality and standard of cars that were being requesting to be at this event. I'm taking my glasses off because I'm fucking killing my ears. It was really cool to see, like, there was a lot of really fucking cool cars that were, I mean, he had to whittle it down from, like, I think it was like, was it 140, 150?
A lot.
140, 150 drivers down to 60? Was it 65 or
60
65?
drivers.
That's pretty much what we have. Halfway hangs, all quality cars.
We were worried that it was we were worried that, I mean, a lot of people were worried that was going to be too many people, but I actually think that was
No,
bob
it's
on.
not bad. I mean, I think the first or second session that I made it out in, and there was like what felt like 40 cars on the track. I feel like that was just insane.
It was, yeah, but like I didn't feel like it was, oh, this is a bad idea, or this is too much, or this is
No,
blah, blah, blah.
that one session was definitely a bad idea.
Oh, right, okay.
Like, I stopped to try and get, I think it was close to you.
Yeah.
Just to follow you, and I then got stuck at the bottom hairpin because there was just endless car. There was no then natural gap.
Yeah.
That was my fuck up because I didn't realise how many cars were out.
No.
Until it was too late.
Dan was seemingly out for every single. He
Yeah.
was just smashing it, which was great. Because this is the thing. It was great when my car needed to cool down, or I didn't realise, but I needed to cool down. I then go and watch, and this is gonna sound stupid, but like very rarely ever get a chance to watch a drift day. So I went out. I was like, this is sick. There was loads of spectators there, especially after COVID, where there was like the last event, there was like 3 people there because that was all that could be there.
Yeah.
And then to see like actual spectators, people who come to see specific people that's come to see us specifically, it was mental. Like that was really good. That not only did the drivers get a chance to have fun and kick the heads of the cars in that they haven't had the chance for fucking years, but like the people who were waiting for this event to happen. For years, were also happy to just be like, yeah, we're gonna fucking support this. This is sick, and I mean, we're enjoying it. But yeah, and also the fact that every time I go and watch, Dan would be out there fucking kicking his car's head in, which was great because Dan hasn't really had the chance to do that very often. Not without sitting under his car for fucking hours on end.
Yeah, literally that. Or putting it on the trailer because it broke.
Yeah.
Did you had the same? You did your output, and then didn't you do the same as me? You had, was it just the bolt come out your linkage, or?
Yeah, the bolt came out the linkage, because I put a new gearbox in it before the event, and obviously I rushed it in. That's all that was, yeah.
I specifically have a big old fat nylock nut over mine because mine undid a couple of times, and it is the shittest bolt to get to, especially at a drift day. Like at a drift day, it's it's behind everything.
Yeah, but the prop's 4 bolts. I just took my prop off.
You took your prop off? I'd have never been bothered to do that shit.
To bolt it back in, you could probably get away with it, but I had to take my linkage out.
Oh, okay.
Which has that the pin, but then past Saul obviously was looking out for future Saul because what past Saul did.
Past Saul has never looked out for future Saul.
This time
like
did,
ever.
Because when I took off the boot to remove the clip, or I don't know what it's called, what those clips are called. They're like you hammer them in.
It's a roll pin.
A roll
pin. Right.
You hammer them in and out, and instead of doing that, there was a nice M8 bolt in its place. So I just literally got hold of it and pulled it straight out.
Wow. Well, that's lovely. Thank you, Past Saul.
That explains why we put the whole interior back together on Thursday.
Yeah, because
right?
I didn't. Obviously, I only did this to put the car back on the trailer.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So I'm real pleased with DoriLz-Fest. I'm please do more, Martin. Please keep this shit rolling.
I understand it was probably removed a couple of years of his life because you can now stop the voice messages as well.
Yeah, Martin, stop. Just write. Just write with
Use
words.
Those fingers.
Use your words, Martin. Use your words.
Or talk to the phone. They're quite intelligent.
I asked him. I've forgotten who the fucking the supplier was for the Dory flag.
Nabori.
You tell we're fucking tired. The Nabori flags, and I couldn't fucking remember where I got them from. I couldn't find the email, and I couldn't remember who the hell I was talking to about them. So I asked Martin, because we get them from the same place, and he sent me the most fucking, and I was exhausted. And weren't we doing an escape room? We were doing
same day.
Yesterday we
escape
were doing an escape room, and Martin's sending this fucking cryptic voice message about some shit. And I was like, I can't figure this shit out. I just turned it off.
We had literally just escaped the escape room.
We just escaped the escape room.
Yeah, so we're mentally drained.
Yeah. I felt like I've been given fucking
like 4-day.
Had an aneurysm or some shit.
And then decided to do an escape room.
Yeah.
Yes, you are right. 3 dumb drifters made it out of an escape room.
We did.
With 1 minute.
With 1 minute left.
Yeah. Anyway, we found the Nabori website.
Yeah, we did. But thank you, Martin. But honestly, just write words. Just write words. I'm good with words.
It feels more
please.
personal, to be fair, a voice message, but I never listen to them.
No, I
and
feel
also
like
don't do them back. I just then type back.
I do same. The problem is with voice messages, right? Is I feel like the person who's doing the voice messages is doing it so they can't be screenshotted.
Yeah, that's true. I've had that. I've had conversations with people where they've gone, "I'm not typing this so you can't screenshot."
I know, but like you can
still
you can screen record the cunt anyway. Just do it that way instead. You fucking dick.
Good work, Martin. You did good.
Yeah.
Good work. Yeah.
The UK needs it.
Fucking
fuck yeah,
crank that
100%.
shit. I genuinely believe you could. I don't think we could afford to attend 2 per year, but like I reckon
You could do 2.
I reckon you could do 2 in a year. It'd be very difficult to place them because
do A team and B team.
The calendar for events is absolutely ramping the fuck up at the moment. And I feel like next year is going to be like
I feel like
pushed and pulled all over the fucking place. I mean, we're at the end of the year now, and we're in a situation where it's like people are asking us to come to stuff, and we're like, okay.
Well, it's crazy that if you think about it, in the last week I can think of 3 that aren't even in the country you live in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Massive.
Yeah, not even
But
the same country.
we'll sort that out later. To be announced.
TBCs.
TBCs. Anyway. DoriFest. Should we leave DoriFest there? Martin, is that enough talking about DoriFest?
We are very grateful because it has been, such a dry spell. Not just for people who haven't finished cars and not done any driving, but
for Souls.
Generally for
speaking
UK
to the
drifting.
fucking microphone, Saul.
Just generally for UK drifting.
Turn the mic on its side so that it's pointing at your.
There's not been a lot of
Christ.
drift days for people that live in the UK.
100%, even looking from the outside in.
Yeah, because I mean, you speak to Ty and he's got like for the rest of the year he could do 40 something fucking.
I know, yeah. It seems
Look,
never
you could.
ending.
I'm not gonna. There's like.
He sent a message to someone before, and he listed every event that he could just think of, just off the top of his head, the main one.
There was 12
It was 12.
for the rest of the year,
this year.
and they're all in 3 hours of
3
like.
months of
Yeah.
year left.
Anyway,
Good for you, Ty.
We've been through this on pretty much every podcast
podcast,
I've
yeah,
been
that
on,
you've been
5 podcasts or whatever.
Now then, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about DoriLz-Fest now. So, first of all, Daniel, where were you?
I was at home. Well, I went out on my bike actually.
You were at YZ-Fest.
Daniel was at DoriLz-Fest doing motorbike
Yeah,
stuff.
I went YC
Doing
Fest.
wheelies.
Because man was broke. Actually, the car wasn't broke.
No, financially I was broke.
Yeah, which is fine. It's understandable. It was heavily taxing generally to get there.
But
I would have if the problem is like I'll talk. You'll have a different opinion because you were there, you were driving. But as soon as it came out, it was a competition-esque thing. I lost quite a lot of interest in going.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I did. I had no intention. Like, you look at the lineup and you're like, okay, so I'm going. I thought it was going to be a bash. In fact, I thought it was going to be a bash.
we all did.
Until
The problem is,
right
he
up
had-
to the very end.
The one person went there. He could have asked, said, "Hey, how do we do this?" And that's Phil, who done Awesome Fest.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally. For
Yeah.
me, if it was an Awesome Fest, it would have been.
We're still
I don't know,
waiting for
from
an
a
Awesome Fest. We are still waiting for an
Yeah.
Awesome
Come on,
Fest.
Phil.
I mean, DoriLz-Fest was as pretty fucking close as you can get to it, but it's just like it was the scale of Awesome Fest which made it Awesome Fest.
How many people were at
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I don't fucking know. It felt like hundreds of thousands. It was overwhelming from every single background, from BMXing, skateboarding to motocross to any car show. It was just everything in one place. It was overwhelming and slightly intimidating to be there generally.
I feel like I was too young to go to.
No, it was 2011.
So it was really just I wasn't in the right circle yet.
No, you were driving around in a Ford Fiesta ST.
No, that was the right circle for Awesome Fest. A lot of it.
I don't know, man. There was a lot of fucking cool shit going on at Awesome Fest.
I can't tell if that's sarcasm.
the point was, I was as well. I was like, oh, this is going to be a comp. I have specifically, we are well known specifically for not being into comps, doing comps, doing comp related things. In fact, the opposite. So when it was like, hey, you go, it's going to be a comp, I was like, ugh. It's not just going to be a comp, it's going to be a comp with Driftmasters drivers.
And Driftmasters cars.
Driftmasters cars. It's not like it's going to be Driftmasters
I feel
drivers.
like we would have
like,
been done well if they
bangers
gave,
and shit
if
like
it was like everyone hot lap cars like ours.
Yeah, like Dwayne McKeever in a fucking Slam D36 with 280 brake horsepower.
That would have been perfect.
That'd
We
been
probably still
ace.
would have lost. But
100%.
anywhere near
We'd
anybody.
have still had the fucking floor
But we
wiped
would
with
have
us.
we would have probably been less overwhelmed or out
Yeah.
of our
Oh,
comfort zone.
God, yeah.
I mean, I've done some forms of competition in the past at a high level, and I have never shit myself so hard on a start line
Right, but the thing is,
or a beginning.
your
or not
previous
doing.
competition was about having the living shit kicked out of you.
Yeah.
And that didn't scare the shit out of you as much
Not
as sitting
in
on the
the
start line
slightest. Not
in a drift car.
But I think obviously having confidence in yourself, like if I wanted to be better than somebody, I would choose a physical combat over.
Oh,
driving.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
Like but so I'm out of my element straight away.
Yeah,
It's not mine.
you've basically turned up to all your fucking karate MMA bullshit back in the day, but as me,
Yeah, essentially. I've
as a
turned up-
skinny tall dickhead that's never fought anyone in his life.
So that's essentially how I felt like.
Turning up to a
I
drift
didn't even
competition
know where
like Drift
we would
Masters
go.
in your car.
So like I remember saying to someone afterwards, they were like, I couldn't even get to the point where I was looking for clipping points or making sure. And someone went to me, oh no, you were
Yeah.
on clipping point 2 at least. I was like,
yeah, it was Ty. Ty was like, because I didn't.
Hey,
know.
I was a spotter.
Yeah, you were.
I was drinking in the spotters area,
no
which
way
was
of
more fun.
contacting us whatsoever.
No
phone
fucking
signal.
reception.
Yeah, honestly, Mondello, just like right, get one of those Ubiquity dome things, plug
Yeah.
it into a what's the name, get yourself some Virgin Media. There's probably no Virgin Media over there. Get like something that'll do fast stuff and just get everyone on
There's
it.
a 5G mast across the road.
Yeah,
from
don't
the
work,
place.
don't do shit.
Well, even when the
No,
go,
you
dude,
had
go.
so many people there. I guess it was
100%.
a
It
bit
didn't
kind
make a
of like.
difference.
Yeah.
On fucking Friday when we turned up and there was about 10 people at the track, there was no.
It
fucking
was
signal.
still shit. It was still shit.
Friday worked fine in the spotters area, but it was Alex swearing in the group chat. Saul was talking about what we're having for dinner. There was nothing drift related at all.
Right. But then, okay, so realistically, we turned up on the Friday.
Yep.
We were pretty tired because we've been driving since 4 a.m. You've been driving
Yeah.
since earlier.
Yeah.
And we got on the ferry. The ferry was pretty good. We then get to the track. We didn't really know what we were doing. We sort of unpacked, got our cars looking good. We got some signs put above the garages, which was great. I didn't have one at the time. I thought it was like, oh, we're here as Saul.
Just me.
I'm like,
We've all arrived as me.
I'm like ex-PDC driver, but I'm just like in your
You
wake.
parked under my
I
banner.
know,
though.
yeah. And then anyway, we turn up, and then someone just rolls over and is just like, "Hey, why aren't you on track?" And we're like, "What do you mean?
What do you mean? Yeah.
It's Friday. What do you mean? There's no one fucking here. What do you mean? Why aren't we on track?" It was like
Well, originally
it was like
no,
quarter past 4.
No.
It said,
Was
"Hey,
it?
do you want to get on track?"
No, it was originally so the way the
I'm gonna go check if
itinerary
it's
was
recording.
sent
You keep
through-
talking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
the
yeah.
itinerary was sent through was there was a practice on the Friday. It was
Alex has just died.
Holy shit!
Alex has
was
just
that?
died.
he just tripped over the microphone.
Yeah, he's fine.
So there was a practice on the Friday that was just
Still good?
for international drivers to get used to their borrowed brand new car.
Oh, it was Axel. Axel was like, "What?"
Yeah, so then Axel went out, and I thought Axel was just like, because obviously he's got a wild car. I thought, Dave was like, let's get some hot laps in, maybe test his sound, what level
Oh,
he's
yeah,
at kind
that's
of thing.
right.
And
Don't
then Axel
scrutineering.
came in and was like, hey, why are you guys not out there? And we're like, well, we don't know. It's for the international drivers. He's like, no, everyone can drive. So we're like, fuck. So we rushed over to get signed on. We got sorted. And then we ended up doing some laps. I think I got 3 laps in.
Yeah.
2 or 3 laps.
Yeah. So did Alex.
Which were eye-opening, shall we say. The hill, when you're sat on the start line and you're just looking at tarmac that just extends into the sky, and then when you get onto that tarmac that extends
Yeah.
into the sky, you just get sky.
Because you don't realise, in videos of watching Mondello Park over the years, you don't realise it's actually not flat.
No, really, isn't
Where
it?
you enter is far from
But
flat.
there's 2 peaks as well, so you come up a big, you kicked it all the way over there. Yeah. You come over one crest, it then it like compresses, and there's a
Still
second
working.
crest on the the first clip or the initiation point or the first scoring zone, whatever they want to refer to it as.
Yeah, the outside clip. On the bump.
Yeah.
Over the bump. Straight into it in a clip.
It's a very even though you basically you turn right and then you
turn right.
You turn right and then you do a hairpin.
turn left.
Essentially, you turn right, you do a hairpin, and then you continue that.
This is
route.
how Saul got it wrong.
No, but it sounds so simple. But then the complexities of the track then became apparent. Like, it is such an off-camber initiation that if you don't have grip, it ain't happening. It's not happening.
It wasn't just you guys struggling too. It was
Yeah.
from me standing in this little spotters VIP area, whatever it was. It was not just you guys. The only person that linked the track, like, unbelievable. You could probably guess who it was. It was fucking James Dean, because he is actually fucking a psycho.
Yeah, he did seem to just sort of get in and just do it.
Yeah.
I definitely, if I was James Dean, I'd definitely be doing like rallycross by now, or like I don't know, something
Yeah,
something
but
challenging.
I mean-
I don't feel like he's challenged anymore. He
Yeah.
just gets in. He looks at his watch. He's like, oh, clock in, right? Okay,
Do a shift.
consistent to the point where I feel like he's like. Have you heard of task gaming? Where the computer plays its own game.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he just like programs in a load of numbers and then he just like presses play and then his body and his car just goes do 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 do, and then it's like that's a 99 run.
I think they need to, put him in a
perfect.
E92 diesel.
You'd still have no chance.
What about an E46 diesel?
Diesel E46.
Like last night,
Lord.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway. Still Friday.
Yeah.
It was
The practice was. I mean, we missed half of. Well, maybe more than half of the practice. Really.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. We didn't
Yeah,
get
yeah.
the practice, but I personally felt like my frustration was I got lost. I got lost a lot. Now I'm well known for getting lost at tracks that you definitely shouldn't be getting lost at. And the thing is, I kept on asking people and they say, oh, it's just the Driftmasters. It's just the Driftmasters layout. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm thinking of like, I've watched Driftmasters at Blondell. In fact, I can't remember when the fuck it was. Was it one this year?
Yeah, start of the year.
It would have been the first of the year. And I'm like, okay, I don't remember the layout at all. I don't remember any of it because you're looking at it like this. So you look down the track like this on the film on the live stream, and you're watching it on. And it comes like this and does this like this, and then when you get in a car, you're like, right, so there's a fucking hill here. I have to drive over this hill. There's a clipping point there, and then there's a clipping point over fucking here, like 5 miles away. This doesn't feel anything like what I've seen on the fucking TV
The problem
at
is
any
they make
point.
it look so easy.
Yeah.
It makes it look like anyone could just drive that layout, and you really fucking can't.
No, it is so fucking hard to
And they
get.
brought that start so much closer. So the full burnout box was.
Yeah.
So where the end of the burnout box was, that's the usual start.
Jesus
So you
Christ.
can imagine how much faster how much
How much faster
Yeah.
it is.
How much faster it
Driftmasters.
is.
I think that's probably the best thing they fucking did for us because even I was clicking fourth and then backing out and going back to third, and using third as the initiation because that's another thing as well. At no point over the weekend did my handbrake ever work.
Oh, it worked. On Saturday. No, was it Saturday? What day did you break a shaft? Sunday.
Oh no, that's the
practice.
handbrake just being on.
Yeah, it worked. It was working.
I just tightened it. So I have
on as fuck.
I
was
have
well on.
I have a hidden handbrake, a GK Tech hidden handbrake inside my armrest for my S14.
And it's going to be inside the bin very shortly.
It is going to be inside the bin very shortly, and I'm sure it would work for like road tires on a road car doing road stuff. But seemingly my car has some grip because whenever I pull it, the existing Nissan handbrake assembly, which is the bit that you do this with, and for the people who are listening to this podcast, the bit that's physically in your hand as you pull the stock handbrake. That has a cable that goes into sort of a U shape, which creates the leverage for when you're pulling it. And that would splay out and become flat and allow the cable to flick round and basically cause the handbrake to not work in any way, shape or fucking form.
At all.
And I didn't realise this because I had all the assembly on. So I basically, I would do it because I thought that the cable was either stretching or there was something happening with it. So I went out there and I tightened it. I kept tightening it. You know, the 10mm bolt. So I went out with a fucking ratchet and I was like, tighten it again, try it again, and it would work a little bit, but then would just stop and I'd tighten it again. Anyway, I then got to like 6 laps in, having not managed to pull the handbrake to do any sort of adjustment at any point. And the start line marshal was like, right, do a burnout. I'm like, okay. And I hate that shit because
it was the first wet session.
oh yeah, it was a wet
It
session.
was the first practice.
It was a fucking wet session, and I threw it in. I think I threw it in second. And
burnout.
I did that. No, I did second, and then because it was wet, it seemed to go pretty quick. So I was like, throw it in third.
Yeah.
And it just went bang.
They went,
and that was the end of
I
it.
heard you clutch kick as it went, and it went, boom. It was
Yeah.
gone.
And I thought it was the gearbox. I assumed it was the gearbox because I had absolutely no drive. The car wouldn't fucking move anywhere. But You know, it turns out that when you don't have a welded diff, that's actually just a symptom of having a good diff.
Yeah.
That you
Can't
lose,
drive
you
it.
It's
can't
absolute
drive it.
horseshit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I really missed the fucking welder for things like that. But
By them times when the cars used to be road cars and like you'd snap a shaft at a drift day and just put the outside cup into the hub so it works and just one shaft it home.
Oh man, yeah, I did that a lot. Gabby drove home from Driftland once like that. That was scary as fuck in the rain as well. But yeah,
That was Saturday. Friday.
I remember that because you get really angry and put the windscreen through.
I did. Yeah, because it steamed up. The heater, the fuse for the heater had failed, and
that was it. Yeah.
we were all coming to a stop. We couldn't see fuck all, and I was like, this windscreen wouldn't clear. Couldn't wipe it with your hand. It was already cracked and smashed to pieces. I was like, this is the most dangerous fucking thing ever. And I thought it'd be a really good idea. I'd like to fucking Dukes of Hazzard fucking boot the windscreen out. Because I thought that would work. I thought that's...
Yeah, right.
I thought that would just... Well, I've seen it in the films. I've seen it in movies, so it must work.
Yeah.
And, like, Gabby's driving. She's struggling to see. She's, like, leaning out the window on this fucking motorway in the middle of dark Scotland, trying to see where the fuck we're going. I'm like, I'm going to fucking do this. I'm going to fucking kick the windscreen out. And I boot it, and my foot gets fucking stuck. And I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Imagine if you were successful. You kicked the
know.
windscreen through
I
on the
know.
motorway.
I know.
And then you've got to drive. But then you've got to drive with fucking driving rain pouring into the fucking cabin.
It would have been the worst. But I was already in a situation where I had one drive shaft, and
So what could be worse?
yeah,
Not
I was
having a
just,
windscreen.
I was just like, but we couldn't see. Like we were both leaning out of the fucking car window to see where we were going, and it was getting dark. And also, we had purple headlights. It was the worst. Anyway, yeah. So that was the Saturday, but on the Friday.
Yeah, finished Friday. What we did Friday.
What did we do Friday?
We
went to bed.
After swearing at your car.
Yeah.
Sol's car was fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Saul.
Jono did a heap of filming.
Jono did.
Heap of filming.
Jono put there's only 24 hours a day, and Jono had put in like 60 hours in Friday.
Yeah.
Good on you, Jono. Jesus Christ.
What did we do? We tried to look at your car, and then Sol's car was fine. Your car was just handbrake, really.
Yeah.
Otherwise, cars work perfectly.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Engine-wise, everything was great. I had the fan. So I could...
Yeah,
I could-
temperatures were good.
My new radiator with the AC fan. As soon as it would get anywhere near, like, I think I was trying to keep it under 90 or under. I think it was it would get to about 85, 90. I just stick the fan on, bring it back down, and keep it sort of 75 to 85.
Yeah, it worked good.
And it worked. Super happy with that. So yeah, I mean, no real problems.
That
on
was
score.
that was really it Friday.
Yeah.
We talked to Dan Pryor.
Dan Joyce, Dan Pryor.
Dan Pryor for ages, and then we went into what the fuck was that place called? Nas. For
NAAS.
Knees, I think.
we did a Sol did a Guinness.
Yeah.
And
We ate some food.
that
which
was real.
good.
That was really it. Did a Tesco.
Then we went back to Hotel de Mondale Park, and I slept in the passenger seat of
Oh.
the 14.
Well, I had the penthouse all weekend, so we were good.
Mate, over the age of 30, sleeping in a drift car.
I said with
Hey,
utter confidence-
Dave. We definitely should have had hotels.
I slept fine.
For
I
real.
said,
No,
I
I
said,
know,
with-
but
I said with
I feel like we should have.
unbelievable confidence. I said, yeah, of course I'm sleeping in the passenger seat of the 14 with no sleeping bag, with no pillow for my lower back, so I had to steal the knee pillow out of your car to bring, because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
14
I kept on
seats,
wondering where that
they go
fucking
like
went.
this, and I would just have scoliosis the entire weekend. I would have let them motherfuckers out of Men in Black with the snapbacks.
Snapbacks.
But we should have just drank more piss, really.
Yeah,
That would have been fine. Like, well, we did that
Well, the
fucking
thing is, we weren't
Sunday.
eating because obviously we were concentrating on
Oh,
driving, so
fuck.
we were
Yeah.
just drinking.
We
3
were on
beers.
fucking diets all weekend.
God,
God,
that's
yeah.
fuck.
I mean, Jono didn't poo for like.
He was proud of it too.
Yeah, he got to like the Monday morning, and he was like, it was
Still not
Thursday.
shitting.
Thursday was the last time. Hey, Jono.
Hey, Jono.
Here's information you don't.
Golf.
Need, you don't need people to know.
Golf.
Golf.
Yeah.
Golf.
But anyway,
That
yeah.
was Friday.
That
It was
was
good. It was
Friday.
good. It that was good.
Woke up Saturday and it was fucking pissing
down. We expected it though. It was all over the.
Yeah, we knew it
Yeah.
was gonna happen. We knew it was gonna happen. It was sad when it did happen, and I felt bad for Dave. I felt really bad for Dave.
Yeah, I mean
The car show was in full effect though.
People still came out.
People were there,
Shout
yeah.
out.
They were said on the Saturday, because it was the big day for the show cars or
Yeah.
whatever, over 600 fucking show cars were there.
Yeah, I
And they were, like, 98% of them were fucking sick.
yeah.
Realistically.
They were. There was very few show. There were very few show cars that I would say were shit.
There was
And
a
I mean,
few. Though. There was.
There were a few that
There
were
was
a
a
bit
few that crept
fucking
through the
shockers.
gap. I don't know how they ended up in there, but
Yeah, look,
Yeah, there were a few.
there's
shockers.
always a couple.
There has to be, but then to be that
it's
consistent.
all opinion based, isn't it?
I
So
know.
whatever
Yeah.
is
I know,
fair
but
is
like,
shit.
what my opinion would be at this moment in time is that I can fucking pretty much walk into any fucking car show in Ireland and be like, damn. Whereas you do that in the
Fucking
UK, do that in England,
There's a lot of shit.
It's like
There's a
Dave.
lot of stock cars as
there's a
well.
lot,
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
a lot of fucking AIDS.
Yep.
I was really impressed.
That was insane.
especially who was the guy that owned all the cars on the like the inner strip, you know, near
Oh,
it was one guy who owned all the
yeah.
yeah.
All
he
the,
owned
where all the
shit
Corollas
of
and
them.
that were?
Yeah.
God.
He owned that green.
Paddy's Garage or something it was. Or
I think
someone's
that's
garage.
the most racist thing you've ever said.
That was
Nah.
one guy's car.
It was like a crew or something, I don't know.
You're probably right. to be
Paddy's Garage.
fair. is that your Irish
I don't
accent?
fucking know. Who cares?
I've got to say,
Anyway.
I'm going to say at this point, I'm going to apologise for how much of how a terrible Australian accent I've done all weekend. And it's weird to have two different nationalities.
Tessa's was the best.
constantly moving
Her Tess giving all the "you bloody cunt" and all that was fucking so funny. But
Yeah, you
Tess
could
and Martin
hear
are
her
legends.
shouting,
So fucking funny.
shouting in Australian.
Tess and Martin was so funny.
Dreadful cunt.
Beady,
mate.
bloody dreadful cunt.
Saturday.
Hey, you didn't have a fight with Luke Fink. Shout out Luke Fink who won't watch this.
Fuck's sake. It's always you guys that bring it up. Anyway, the car show was great.
He said hi, so it was fine.
Yeah, we said hi.
Nah.
Ty didn't say hi.
Yeah, the car show was sick. No.
I think everyone was expecting Luke Philp to come along and just beat people up or something because of
Yeah.
the way the promo video was filmed.
Yeah.
Like obviously Dave, he causes so much drama. Here he comes, but he's
Didn't cause
super
any.
polite, dead nice.
There's only
dead
two.
normal.
There were only two Australians. Actually, there weren't two Australians there.
There's quite a few.
Nug
Nug was there.
well.
Yeah.
Was it?
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
Nug was
where's
there.
Nug from? Where's Nug from?
Who? Who? Oh,
Chris.
Chris from Wreckham.
Oh, Nug. Yeah. Sorry.
you just went completely.
I don't call him
Sorry,
Chris.
we didn't say
Chris.
Nug.
Yeah.
We didn't say
We
Nug
don't
in
call him
an Australian accent.
His name's Chris. His name's Chris.
Yeah,
but
Nug,
We called him Nug.
Nug lives in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
From Wreckham.
Localish, yeah.
Wreckham.
So
Boo.
there were three Australians.
But it was
Shit.
surprising to see when you
But
were
only-
like, "Oh fuck, Chris is here." We were
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Only
yeah.
two of them would talk to each other.
No, well,
Hey, I mean,
Nug is a legend.
anyway,
Nug and Holly.
Saturday happened.
Saturday.
It rained. I saw Adam LZ
Did you?
for the first time.
Was that when we were walking
Yeah.
for the pits? Oh, yeah.
I was like, hey, there's Adam LZ. And that was the end of that.
But we didn't really mind because the boy of the weekend was Jimmy Oaks. Jimmy
yeah.
Oaks is
Jimmy
the
Oaks.
fucking man.
Jimmy was anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
Just chatting and doing. I mean, granted, it's DoriLz-Fest. I can see
Yeah.
why Adam
Adam
was
was so
overwhelmed
busy.
and constantly really busy.
Yeah, 100%.
That makes perfect sense. To be fair, the pair of them, him and Colette.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jimmy did seem to be really taking advantage of the fact that he was just like, he's sort of like, people aren't here for me, but I am here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just
Yeah, yeah.
fucking get about and do as much shit as possible. He did a load of fucking good driving. He did the car show as well.
Yeah, he did a Jimmy's Pick trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very. I think the cool part is because like I've watched him myself for a long time, and then you meet him and you think, "Fuck, I feel like I've known you forever."
Yeah.
But you meet,
yeah.
and all he wanted to do was, which was the cool part, was hang out with us most of the weekend.
Yeah, that,
He
a
even
good
dro-
dude.
that
yeah,
was
he's
really fun.
really cool.
That was.
But yeah, Saturday was pretty much flooding like it was in Australia at the start of the
But
year.
what was so surprising about that the weather was, I mean, I managed 2 laps and span on the initiation on both.
Yeah.
Oh, the
And,
practice, yeah.
I know what. Well, Dave. So I was coming through, and obviously the King of Ireland had been on. They'd
Yeah.
done their practice, their qualifying, and I'd pulled up to Charlie and Tom, and they'd all gone. It's slippy, like
Yeah.
slippy. And I
Big
thought, "It's
slips.
fine."
Big
I think I was
slips.
at like 22 psi.
Yeah.
And we were allowed to do a bit of a
Now at this
fast
point, what are you
burnout
on?
in the pit.
What are you on?
I'm on 3A road tyres on the back and
Drags.
Zestinos on the front.
Right.
So I was 20 psi in the front and 22 or 23 psi in the rears. So as low as I've ever put the tyres.
Yeah.
And I
In
initiated...
the wet, you go up on the tyre.
Why don't you go up?
Just so you know.
You go up.
In the wet, you've put the tyre pressures up in the front. You don't go down.
In the front.
To make the tyre harder?
Well, you
So
think about
Daniel
it.
needed to be there.
No, you think about it. You set your tyre pressures and you generate heat in them tyres to get them at a higher pressure where you drive them, yeah? Where you drive at.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's-
Keep going.
So your rear tyre, you set at 20 psi. When you've done your burnout and shit, it's at 27, 28 psi.
Yeah.
But in the wet, you can't get that heat into that front tyre. So all you're doing is making a soft, rolly front tyre.
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
I would
It
have
was pretty
assumed that would
cold
be,
as well.
would be fine.
I don't know. I've always put, well, personally, I've always
pressure.
put my
Well,
tyres
and
more
well,
pressure in
every
them.
day is a school day.
Yeah.
So
True.
I fucked up by not
Hey,
knowing and thinking, let's
we're still
reduce
waiting
the
to
tyres.
We're still waiting to do the learning with Dan Joyce.
Yeah, we have coined that, and we should.
We did it at LZ-Fest. I just weren't there.
Yeah, you just
You
weren't.
were doing
Yeah.
YZ first.
We were just making
So anyway,
mistakes.
I put it at it was like 20 in the front, 22 or 23 in the rears.
Yeah.
And that was the lowest I've ever been. So
Right.
I was like, right, I'm sure it'll be fine. And I went in with such mediocre angle, like clutch kick in a straight line and let it come out.
Yeah.
As I came on power, and it just switched ends, almost like
straight away.
like someone else had pulled the handbrake.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, obviously that's not working. I went in again, quick hot lap round the pits, dropped them further. I went to 12 psi in the front and 15 psi in the rears, which I mean most people think we're running 15 psi in the dry. That's quite a lot. Like,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I could
it was
feel
heaps.
the tyre like squidging, so I thought, oh, that should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Same business. It was almost too slippy. Then obviously on later conversations, it's been dry in Ireland for like 5 weeks, like record temperatures, record weather, and Mondale Park, I think, it has something on every single day.
Yeah.
So all of those days have just been dumping, bits of fluid, bits of oil, and with that being the first run
Huge
of,
chunks of fucking tyre. Did you see that?
Yeah.
with that being the first
Yeah.
run of wet weather,
Yeah.
everything that was in the track just leached out.
It was like driving on the grass. That's what it looked like.
And it wasn't just specifically us. It was, I think, everyone.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I did assume that all and like I'll do a terrible lap and be like, I felt like I was the only person there
Well,
doing
you
a
don't
terrible
see
lap.
anyone
Nah,
else
not at
doing
all.
anything.
See everyone
Not at all.
else.
You don't see anyone do a lap because you're behind.
That was the
hill.
one thing I was kind of like, meh, is that we didn't see until the very end of Sunday.
Until we got
didn't
knocked
see
out,
a lot
we
of
didn't see
drifting.
anything, yeah.
We had to be fucking knocked out to actually enjoy the fucking
But yeah,
to see the drift.
We really watched probably the best part of it anyway, because it
Yeah.
was fucking insane.
Yeah.
But
Saturday, I mean, like I say, no practice laps Saturday.
No.
Same-
What
same for
did we
you.
do? Was it qualifying or something? Or no, we didn't.
Nah,
that was
that
on
was
Sunday,
Sunday.
wasn't it?
Sunday.
So
we did. So remember, we had meet and greet first,
Oh,
which was
yeah.
fucking insane.
That was terrifying.
They were letting 500 people in at a time to come and meet all of us dopey fucks.
That was real intimidating, but you know what? They were very respectful. They were
Oh,
very
yeah.
polite, and people were cool. And we were just endlessly signing shit for people,
Yeah,
which was cool.
photos, signatures.
Yeah, never really been in a situation where people were asking for signatures and
Yeah.
and shit like that. That was
Not to that
wild.
scale, that's for
No,
damn sure.
We weren't prepared for it. We were signing Ty's fucking hero cards. Which thank you very much for that.
So you thought ahead.
Yeah, but that was really cool. It was great to meet people who were like, "Oh, I'm really glad you guys are here," and you're like, "Well, fuck me, I didn't
I've
even
come
realize."
just to see you guys.
I
I
know,
was
I
like, are you
Yeah.
fucking stupid?
Why have you come to see us? We're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
No, but it was really cool to see people who like that, who specifically made the journey for us, and that's really amazing. I never
Crazy.
thought in a million years that people would do that, but anyway, yeah, the meet and greet was good. Then there was more driving, and then there was more meet and greet.
It was meet and greet, and then that was for like 3 hours as well.
Yeah.
And we were gonna go.
Seemingly it needed it.
We did it. We did it in between drivers signing thing. We did a bit of filming up and down the
we did,
pit
yeah.
road, jamming the microphone at people's faces.
We managed to get 2 seconds with Dave Dave Egan
Yeah, we did.
and have a little conversation with
Yeah.
him about how things had gone, which I thought was amazing because
Yeah.
I didn't think David had 5 seconds for fucking anyone.
Yep.
Who else? We got Jimmy and a couple of the people. Anyway,
It'll be out on the video.
Yeah.
Jono will kill it. It was sick.
LZ was with Colette busy signing an enormous queue. I mean, the queue was vast.
Ridiculous.
I mean, it was the full
9% of the 500
And
was for them.
it was crazy because that end of the pitch was like Adam, Colette, James Dean, Becky Evans, Knight Ride, Jimmy Oakes, and the whole crowd. It was her to start with first. Phil. It was just like the more way you went up the pits was the crazier that people just wanted to see them main 6 people.
It was double fill, so it was Lambo 8-6.
Oh, yeah,
then
that's
it was
right.
Tessa Martin,
Tessa
then
Martin.
it was us.
Yep.
And then it was a plethora of really good Irish drivers. Like Dwayne McKeever, blah, 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 blah. Name them, they were there.
Yeah.
And then the big boys.
It was
were
a
right at
gnarly.
the bottom.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then it was practice. That's
practice,
when
that
was wet practice.
Yeah, which is all in between the King of Ireland.
I think that's when I did. Did I do my output there?
That was your output.
Yeah.
You didn't do any wet laps because you blew the output in the burnout box on the first one.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Hey, but we fixed it. Thanks,
we
Tess.
fixed it.
Thanks, Tess.
Thanks, Tess. But I this was a learning curve for me because I was asking around and people were like, oh yeah, shafts are about 500 quid a pair now, 500 quid a side or 500 quid a pair. I was like,
in Ireland.
sorry, what?
So,
They're how now? What now? Which reminds me, I still need to replace Tess's outer CV joint. I need to find someone who sells them because seemingly,
I mean, the shit thing about it is we had our CVs as well because we never broke them.
yeah,
And we got rid of them all.
I've thrown so many fucking shafts in the bin because we would break the dumbest shit and.
I didn't even know you could replace that part till the weekend. I've never changed a half shaft in my life.
No,
but we got there.
Well, this is the point. The more the more expensive drive shaft. I mean, you got to bear in mind.
Exactly.
I used to have like I'd turn up to places with like 20 pairs.
You're the reason there are none fucking left.
And then, when I changed to 5x1, I bought like two pairs, two sets, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna just get through these. And then when I'd break a CV joint and I'd throw both of them out.
Yeah.
Because
rather than keeping the
I don't ever break the
To be
driver's
fair,
side.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. But
it's
still,
not
there's still like the idea of now buying a new set of shafts. I think I'm gonna have to go down the 350Z route of working out how to do this shit. Yeah. I think Saul's got some.
But after we fixed that, and then you were kind of annoyed, and then we fixed it. But as a team,
I wasn't that annoyed. I was pretty happy when I found out it was a CV joint. It was an outer CV joint.
Yeah, not a gearbox.
And not a fucking gearbox.
Well, I started walking down to the pits to see if you both were all good, and Jono goes, Alex has done a gearbox, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm going to go back and watch some more drifting because he will not be happy about that.
Fucking abandoned me.
Yeah. Just so you cool
That's
off.
understandable.
But we fixed it. We fixed it as a team, and it was actually pretty funny, realistically, the whole time.
Jono was feeding me fucking chicken.
Oh,
I'll remember that.
Jono.
I'll remember that to the rest of my life. I was in the process of. I was like, I'm gonna fucking fall asleep under this car. I'm exhausted. I'm covered in CV grease. I'm in the middle of Ireland. Yeah. I know that the only thing I have to sleep in is a van. And Jono just has this fucking piece of fried chicken on the end of a fork, and he just zooms it through the wheel arch of the car and just places it in my mouth. And I was like, this is literally everything I needed right now.
Just quickly,
we hadn't eaten a fucking thing
for
days.
How fucking good the food was at
Oh my god,
Park.
Mondello, what are you doing? Just open up as a restaurant. Just literally have a direct thing from the main place, like a bus service.
Them chicken tenders were that
Boy,
good.
As fuck. The sausage
bar,
rolls, the fucking
sausage, everything. Like everything.
The vodka.
They have got that right so well.
it.
Yeah.
It's one of those hateful places where you could order anything off the menu, no matter what you're into, what you like, what you think might taste good.
all good.
You could order fucking anything, and it is incredible. Also, shout out to that fucking hot dog stand that was outside.
Polish hot dogs.
What Polish hot dogs?
Holy
Holy shit! We were at a point where that's on the second day.
Sunday.
But we got to a point where we were like on our asses about to die, and we were like, everything was closing up. The event was over, and the only thing left was these people who were throwing these hot dogs in a bin because they were closing up and they hadn't been heated up, and they were just like, Like, we will pay you whatever it takes to
For
get
them.
these hot
And
dogs
we did.
out of this bin and into that heated
They
thing.
were so close to being
Yeah.
in a real.
And she's like, "Oh, you don't want these are cold." I was like, "I couldn't give a fuck if they were in
I'll eat
all
you
the
if you don't. Give
floor."
me the fucking sauce.
I would have been happy with the bun with sauce
No,
on it.
but what was mad was like she goes like, "Oh, they're not going to be that good." Ate them. Probably
Unreal.
Yeah.
probably the greatest hot dog I've ever eaten in my entire life.
I do think there was kind of we haven't eaten all day.
Probably, yeah.
Business.
Because we were
But-
so fucking busy, that's why.
Anyway, back to Saturday.
Saturday.
Was there a party on?
Yeah.
was it-
So
Well, even before that, we fixed the shaft, put it in the car, put it back on the ground.
Yep.
The alignment was pretty good because we had
Yep.
to take on undo arms and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Straight back into the craziest driver signing again.
Oh yeah.
There
they
was
did it
another that was sold out. They weren't letting any more people in for driver
Well,
signings.
Yeah.
to complete, they said on the Facebook group that if they could apologise because they couldn't get everyone through for the general admission.
Oh,
for
wow.
the
yeah,
meet
yeah,
and
it
greets.
was sold out.
And to do it, to get everyone through, the full attendance would have took them 133 hours. So
And we only did it for 4
what's that?
the second
That's
time.
Jesus Christ.
five and a bit days
Don't
of
get me wrong.
solid.
I,
meet and greets.
it was mad to think that there was that many people there who
On the pissing down Saturday.
Yeah, on the pissing down Saturday as well. That's
Yeah.
the thing. You got to bear in mind, it never let up. It was like a rainy day in the UK. It was like, oh, it's raining today,
Yeah.
whole day.
All day.
I think there was an hour where it stopped raining momentarily.
Yeah.
Which is actually I think when we went out and drove
Yeah,
weirdly,
yeah.
but. Yeah, that was amazing. It was great. Again, great to see so many people. It felt like there was more, even though I think there was less that time because they just had to
less, yeah.
stop.
Yeah, they
but-
weren't letting people through.
but they'd because more people were like not desperate, but like were trying to get through because they knew there was clearly
Limited time.
clearly limited time.
Well, even so, there was still another signing. Because
Yeah.
if you're a VIP, you could go upstairs and get...
yeah, that's it.
all
There
the
was
treatment
VIP
as well.
Upstairs where there was, I mean, the queue for that was like mega
Yeah,
as well.
When we were doing
insane.
filming with a few people then, so we didn't
Yeah.
join. To be fair, I don't really think we felt belonging.
No,
After
I feel like
VIP.
were we supposed to be up there?
I don't know. I don't know if Dave will be. He didn't mention it. But
No.
I don't think that
We,
we would have been missed. I don't feel
Who
like
knows?
the people
Don't
were
know.
paying.
Famous.
I don't
Cannot,
feel
yeah.
like the people were paying extra money to see us in a
yeah,
suite.
it was £150 per VIP.
So
ticket
I
as
don't
well.
think we were a loss.
It was wild.
We did some filming, like, all
did loads,
afternoon with
yeah.
Jono.
Yeah.
I think, did we do a walk of the... Yeah, we did.
That
we
was
did
when you did
Yeah,
the
we
walk.
did.
When
We did a walk of
was
the-
VIP, the VIP.
Yeah, we
suite,
did a
so-
bit of a walk with the car show while you
Yeah.
guys were doing wife and partner things,
Yeah.
calling children.
Yeah.
So me and Jono did a walk looking at some cars, and then you guys caught up with us, and then...
Then we did more filming with Josh Games Josh.
Oh yeah, we
yeah,
did some
that's
fun with Josh.
right.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
we did more sit-down filming with Jono. And
Yep.
then we realised
yeah.
it was 10 o'clock. And,
And there was this super secret party that was going
well,
on.
not super,
Oh,
secret,
yeah.
super priority party.
Yeah.
That we then decided that we would go and get food and then see where the party was
Oh,
at.
yeah, we went to
Supermax. So we went and
Supermax.
spent
Shout out to
Saturday-
Supermax.
It was
Ireland.
actually- it was pretty
It's
good.
fucking
We went and sat in
a mega.
Supermax, which was like 30 k's from where the track
Yeah.
Yeah,
was.
because we assumed that all the signs were in kilometers per hour, or were they in kilometers
No,
per hour?
Nah.
I put it in on my phone, which was still in miles, and it said 11 miles. But then
3
my
hours.
brain was set
Yeah.
in. My brain was set in kilometers because we're in Ireland.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's not that far. I was like, it's like
11 kilometers.
it was super far.
So we drove a long way to get to a
so
Supermax.
45 minutes, and then we had food. Then it was 45 minutes back. So by the time we got back, it
It
was
was well late.
like 12 o'clock, and we thought, no, we'll probably just swerve, maybe doing the party thing.
Yeah.
Definitely should have done the party.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
absolutely
man.
popping
Well, we had the VIP bands for when
Yeah.
where we go up in the thing.
Yeah.
Man, plus, did you see the video? Bagsy takes the Navara
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he gets pulled over by the police in
Well,
the
it's
main
the guard.
street.
It's the guard.
Oh, is it the guard?
Garda.
there's two-
Is it
there's
Garda
two-
or Guard?
They say it's the guard, I think.
That's instant jail time where I'm from.
Yeah. So I think there's the normal police, and then there's the guard, and the guard are like the main heads.
Yeah.
They're like-
And look-
Maynard.
And
I like Manchester.
it sounded fun. Sultan was buying like 150 shots at a time for people. I heard. But all we did was go back and we had a couple of drinks.
Oh yeah, we just got
Couple of drinks.
Well, because I mean, we had the party garage next door.
Ah, Dwayne
So we
McKeever
had to
nightclub
get-
next
yeah,
door.
Yeah,
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, if you in your life have ever been into happy hardcore, right? Don't get me wrong. For me there was a time and a place for happy hardcore. It was about 1998. and it was Children of the Night, it was Nakatomi remixes and things like that. But it definitely wasn't 2022. 2 o'clock in the morning, listening to the Grease remix for a Happy Hardcore remix at 168 BPM on full fucking volume.
It was very amusing. Not to Alex, but to me, it's all it was.
we had to sleep next to it. Alex just left in his van.
Oh yeah, we did. Me and Jono was just like, fuck you guys, we're the fuck out of here. And we just drove the fuck away.
The 14. It was alright. I just put white noise on my phone and shut the windows.
Didn't you open the camera on your phone for your daughter's bedroom and then listen to your daughter's bedroom because it was white noise? That's smart. That's smart.
We have a monitor, so I could get on instead of using stream. Oh, it was kind of streaming because I'm looking at the monitor, but it just jumped on my internet, watched her screen monitor, which she had white noise on. So then
so you're literally just listening to
my volume up.
That's a good idea.
And she woke me up in the morning when she woke up and went, "Morning, mummy."
Which must be weird because you're her daddy. It's just peculiar.
But that was really Saturday, really.
Yeah, that was
pretty chill.
Yeah, and Dan still wasn't there.
I was still.
Sorry, I was falling asleep.
I was still hoping Dan would turn up at one point, just see the van.
Surprise, bitches!
Yeah, imagine that Dan just turning the fuck right up.
I even left enough space in the middle of our 2 cars.
The most asked question of Saturday is, "Where's your other teammate? Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Where's Dan?"
Or sometimes it'd be, "Where's Danny?" And you'd be like, "That's a while back."
Oh fuck!
Where's Jamie?
Is he busy eating pubes?
Yeah, even well confused. Where's Dirty? Where's the rest of Dirty Sanchez? Well, we're here.
But Saturday was sick.
Yeah, Saturday was cool. Sick.
Met heaps of sick people.
Yeah. Sunday was it was great to wake up to fucking blue skies, warm sun on your skin, and the sun just fucking ate all the rain immediately.
Yep.
It was ace. Saw Dave and he just didn't stop smiling at all. He was like, this is the fucking one. Now on the Saturday it was 17,000 people that attended on the Saturday.
Yep.
On the Sunday, total ended up at, was it 21,000 total?
I heard 22. But
I had 22.
22,000 people through the fucking gate. I mean, Jesus Christ. I can tell you now, I'm not going to say that's too much because it would be...
No, it's like the right number.
It's the right number, but I tell you now, I've seen a lot of people online, like there were people...
Didn't see anything.
There were people who were passing out.
Yeah.
There were people who were freaking out as well. There were comments like, "Hey, this was an amazing event, but maybe you could probably potentially put like a cap on how many people were here, maybe a little bit, just like a little bit." But generally,
I mean, on the Sunday it was great for us because it was closed pit lane for the public.
Oh
so
yeah, so we could do it.
Didn't really matter.
Yeah, no.
Which was a bit intimidating though, because you'd have people lining up at this wall, like. Lining up at the wall opposite us, just staring at us.
You can only see
constantly.
Heads. You can only see heads behind the Harris fencing.
And then every now and then you get someone waving, you'd be like, I have no idea who the fuck that is. Yeah. If I go over there, the people will try and engage in conversations.
Yeah. It was cool that we got to have a break from the crowd, but I still felt bad that so many people had travelled there. Like some people weren't there on the Saturday, so they couldn't come and say hey.
Yeah.
But then the Sunday was so busy.
Oh my god!
Us being in the cars and us doing car shit.
Yeah.
Like where the fuck would you get the time? Imagine you had the crowd in there. You'd be like, "Excuse me, can you just move 500 people while I pull out of the pits?"
I know exactly. It just wouldn't have fucking happened.
But even so, like even I went and stood up on the wall and signed a couple of my car poster thingies for people. People were so stoked that they were even there to be able to see or like talking to people. I spoke to people from Canada.
Yeah.
They were just stoked. They're like, "I've never seen these cars in real life. They're right there."
Yeah.
I was like, "I can get them to sign something if you want. I don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
Run over, get you guys to sign it, take it back. Made their day. Yeah. That makes people's days. They'll always remember that. It was It was still sick.
Yeah.
Jimmy Oakes was in there one time. I was like, "Hey, you may as well sign this as well, bro. I'm sure they'll like that." Throw it over the fence. And then that's when the day started to get fucking hectic.
Yeah.
That was the start of the hecticness.
Doing the dry practice and how many laps did you get in dry practice?
1. Oh, 2 technically.
Yeah, 2.
So
I got 2 laps.
I got 3 laps, 3 dry laps in.
We desperately needed practice.
But
is this a joke?
No. We got.
I mean, you've done in total for 3 days. You've between you, you've done maybe 7 or 8 laps.
Basically, yeah. I think total we did about 8 laps. Now we say that, but then there was some super secret, amazing stuff that happened on the Monday. But we're getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, yes, Daniel. Essentially, I'm
at 3 laps Friday. I'm at 2 laps Saturday, and I'm at 3 laps Sunday.
Yep.
Total.
So amazing.
I'm at 8 laps so far. Then obviously super lap on top. Now my first
super lap was qualifying, by the way.
My first practice lap, I was.
Oh, thanks for telling me this now.
Yeah. So
yeah, no worries.
I line up, and the marshal comes over and he goes, "Do you want to go by yourself?" And I'm like, "Fucking beautiful." I was like, I had a rough time yesterday. Get back into it. Get my head back in. And I went out and did a solo run, and I pretty much made it round. I fucked up the
it was pretty decent
against the wall, and I straightened up. So I was like, right, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can build on that. I've got my initiation into the first corner. I made it round the hairpin. I can just start building, start looking for clipping points.
It's not a hairpin, but yeah.
You know what I mean?
The bit the roundabout.
That bit.
Thinking it's a hairpin explains one of the entries. Where you ended up in the middle of
anyway. So it doesn't really matter. It is a fucking hairpin.
It isn't. You could just refer to it's a big. Anyway,
so the big outer clip.
Everyone at Ireland was referring to it as the bank.
The bank. That one. That's a hairpin.
It's a bank where the spectators stand. That's about it. Yeah. Anyway.
Semantics.
Suck a dick.
Yeah. So that corner. Blah blah blah. Go around. Do it. I go back to line back up again. And as I pull up into the thingy, I go like this in the window. I just put my finger up saying, one by myself again. Yeah. Marshall doesn't even move, just looks at me, just shakes his head. No. And I'm like, right, okay. I was like, thank fuck I lined up in the chase. Rather than being the fucking first cunt out. So instantly I go back to shit pant.
Shit pant.
And I look over and I go, who the fuck am I going to be chasing? Oh, it's Phil Morrison.
This is now Sol Del Rio chasing Phil Morrison on Mandela Park on Drift Masters.
Yeah.
This sounds like a sentence that should never and has never and would never exist in any possible version of the universe that has ever existed ever. But here we are, and it's happening.
So I, in my not fluster, but kind of like a fucking fluster.
Definitely fluster.
Sat in the position that we're about ready to fucking go.
Yeah.
Phil does a wild burnout. Can't see anything. I do.
No, that's just Phil driving in a straight line.
I can't see anything. So I do a burnout. I don't even know where I'm going if I'm still pointing at the fucking chase box. I get lined up. And anyway, so we set off. I give Phil a couple of car lems, like 3 car
just
lems.
in case he fucks up or something.
And then I realised why.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, but no. I'm giving it for myself, thinking I'm just going to be away from the business. That was the biggest fucking mistake I ever did, because the reason Driftmasters drivers drive side by fucking side is because if you initiate behind another driver
anywhere other than on them,
shit.
Yeah.
And with my passenger side window down, I just got whatever fucking tyre Phil was using.
You collected an entire 265 35 18.
The car just filled within seconds of Phil going on the loud pedal with smoke.
From my view, it looked like Phil entered and went smoke bomb.
Yeah.
See you later.
It was ridiculous.
Goodbye, Sol.
Like, he was just gripping up the hill, flick it in. As soon as he accelerated when he was broadside, it was just white out.
See, I learned this.
White out.
I learned this in fucking Super Pro like 7 or 8 years ago. As soon as things got serious and everyone started using semi-slicks, if you weren't, it's like, I remember one of the briefings with sweeps, and it was like, it is literally safer to initiate on someone than it is to hang back a car length, because if you practice, especially in practice, that's why people are like, oh, why is it in practice they're all fucking on it? It's because there's no other way of sending 2 cars. No. You can't do it.
Sense.
Especially as it comes back on itself. You got the track fills with smoke. You end up having to go through a fucking pile of smoke. And stuff. I know all this sound. This is like, we're not comp drivers, and that's abundantly clear. But we're discovering things for the first time.
But then I think that was like a big, oh my fucking god, I'm really out of my depth here. Like.
At this point you realise.
Oh no, I knew, but that's like, oh, I know I'm out of my depth. But that's like someone really going, you are out of.
Have you done qualifying? Have you done your super lap?
This is my first lap.
This was
right.
No, sorry, this is the second lap of dry practice.
Right. Okay.
So then I do another lap, and I think I line up behind Colette.
Yep.
I do a mediocre. I think I straighten up going into the bank, and then then drive around the back and then do the last bit. So
Yeah.
I don't think at this point. I think I've got majority of the way around once.
Yeah.
So out of the
Same.
Out of the 8 laps I've done, I might have said that I've done one okay lap. But at this point, I haven't been on the grass, so I think. That's
Not yet.
Neither did I, actually.
Yeah, so I think I hadn't gone off the track at that point.
Yeah.
And I was still kind of like clip 1 and 2. I think it was it was obvious that I had hit them.
Clip
but
1,
not-
2, and 3. Yeah, I think you could
But the
see
box,
clip
that
3.
big long box, I had no chance of doing any business with that fucking thing.
No.
Who do you have practice with? I can't even remember. Martin? Martin Richards?
Yeah, no, I
You
went
should have
out.
just gone faster.
I did.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is I went with a couple of people, and then because I only
can't remember.
I only managed one lap.
Oh, yeah, that's
Because
right.
I did one lap
Yeah,
the day
yeah,
before
yeah.
and one lap the day after.
So
that was literally it.
I then realised that after the wet driving,
And it was on my own.
After the
Yeah.
wet driving the day before,
Yeah.
I had found something loose, but didn't find something loose. I knew there was something coming loose.
Oh, yeah.
But didn't know what was loose, so I could hear
Yeah,
the
yeah.
clunking.
Yeah.
And in the dry, it was getting worse. So
Yeah.
I think my last lap with Colette before the super lap.
Yeah, it was
the
before
front
super lap.
qualifying.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I don't know if
Grab this
is-
cat by its fucking head. It keeps running past over and over and over again.
Hey, leave it.
That's
It gets
famous
you.
cat.
It gets you the views.
It's the 6 million view cat.
So I'm like, I can't find this knock. I don't know what it is. I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's a wheel bearing. I've jacked it up so many times and I can't suss
Yeah.
it. It was just everything was ruining the confidence that wasn't existing anyway.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So then we went into the super lap and I can't even remember what the fuck I did. I don't even know what I did. I think everything just went out the window.
You did it.
Ty, what did it look like?
You did an entry, and that was it.
That was it. Yeah, I think I ended and that was it.
You did it. You
Is
flicked.
this where you ended up on the grass?
No.
Nah, it's coming.
that
It's
was-
coming.
Oh, that was in comp. That was
Yeah,
in
that's full
competition.
comp.
That's
Yeah.
full
Who
competition.
did you go against?
Alan Hines.
Alan Hines.
Oh, so you got fucked up then.
He's
hard.
a beast.
good
He's a
driver.
beast.
He's a good
Really
driver,
good
and also his car has got the same headlights as Saul's,
same
which is
Suzuki-
just great.
Suzuki
It was.
headlights.
There's some really good photos of like the pair of
Yeah.
both cars.
I downloaded them
with
today off
sleepy
the
eyes.
Dropbox.
Oh,
and there's,
ace.
there's me initiating. It looks pretty good, and there's him just behind me. I mean, his car's doing fucking wheelies.
Yeah.
Like, there's a shot of me initiating the background.
He's such a
and
nice
he's
guy
just
as well.
doing a fucking
Yeah.
wheelie.
Such a
Yeah,
nice
he's
guy
a
as well.
sound
We
kid.
were sat chatting to him. He was like, "Your cars look so fucking sick." And I'm like,
And he knew as well. He knew I was going to be utterly shit. So he did the right thing, which was just
Yeah.
hang a bit back.
That
hang
was-
a bit
Let
past
it-
me
let
when
it
I
happen.
fucked up.
That was first battle. You still did your super lap.
No, so I did my super lap. I fucked up my super lap.
You did your super
I
lap.
qualified ahead of people though.
"Oh yeah, now
you
let's
did.
talk about this."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Daniel, where do you think Saul qualified in comparison to?
31st.
No,
Nah.
No.
Keep going.
Nope,
I don't know.
27th.
27.
Yeah,
Ow.
boy.
Now I tell you now, Saul qualified ahead of Phil Morrison, Becky Evans, who else? Loads of other
There's a
fucking
couple. There's
names.
a handful of other people.
And all because he got 1
I got
point.
1 point.
1 point, and that 1 point was
Because I didn't go on the grass.
because he didn't go on the grass. And that was literally it. So there was a lot of people who on their super lap
I think just
did a big fucking spin out and then ended
Yeah.
up.
It's tough though
Yeah,
because
well,
it's
straight
one,
ahead.
it's one and done. Isn't
But
it?
this is the thing. We live now, right now, in the universe that also has Saul qualifying ahead of. I wish you could find this fucking piece of paper.
I think Jono.
Has Jono got it?
Screenshots of it.
Oh.
Where Saul Del Rio qualifies, having not really driven for 4 years in a car that is absolutely not a comp car, ahead of like some fucking big names, man. Like by 1 point, you know. Where was I? I was like,
Your super lap was good.
yeah, but what did I?
I'll tell you no, just carry on talking
I got-
about
did
Alex's super lap.
You
Did I get a 37 or something? I got like a 37.
You linked the whole track up with no handbrake. Yeah, you were struggling to get the clips, but it was like,
Yeah.
fuck, he did pretty good for what he had.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The no handbrake thing was like really because I only actually got good lap. Well, I say good
Oh,
laps.
sorry. I was 28th. You were 27th.
Oh, okay.
You out-qualified me by 30 points.
So you're saying that the difference between me and you was 30 points.
Go on, drop
But
the
But the
name.
difference between you and the person below.
So it was Becky Evans, then Sam, then Axel, then Phil.
No way. So
Yeah.
you've qualified higher than some big names there.
Yeah.
That's real
I'm
impressive.
really proud of myself.
That is wild. It's fucking wild. But anyway,
And
yeah.
the truth of the matter is that the way it was ordered was the fact that I have a D in my last name and Becky has an E, then Sam has an L.
Oh, is it
Axel has
literally
an A.
alphabetical?
That's literally all it is.
It's literally just alphabetical.
Hey, that's still a win.
That's
That's still a win, boy.
I take that. I
It's
take
still
that.
qualifying higher.
Jesus Christ.
So, Super Lap done.
Yeah.
Both of yous.
I did. I felt like I did. I felt like I did all right. I still was unsure about. I did a couple which I felt like were quite close to the wall. Like the ones that the two that I did were like I was only really aiming at, or the only bit that I thought I could do was where I could meet the two bits of wall and sort of do that bit. But yeah, so super laps were over. Mm-hmm. We then waited around for a while to see who we were battling, because that's the beauty of this. There was 32 drivers, so it was top
Everyone
32.
was battling.
So everyone was battling. So even though neither of us were really prepared to do any battling, so we looked. I think it was literally they just placed us against who they felt like placing us against. So it wasn't. So the first battle was. My first battle was against Martin Richards in the R32, the Driftworks R32, which for me is like a fucking heritage piece. Driftworks wouldn't fucking exist without that R32.
Yeah.
Multiple reasons, but like it is a like I don't know. For me that
it's
we all in the UK and probably outside of the UK owe that car and the existence of that car.
Well, Phil thinks it's the longest serving comp car at a
really?
high level.
Yeah.
It has existed.
It probably is, yeah.
Like it's gone, I think it was 13 years.
Yeah,
13 years.
It's got to be longer than that, surely. It's
Well,
longer than that.
Well, no, that's about right, because it's 2010.
No, I'm pretty certain it was 2004.
Shit, it's even longer then.
It's 2004.
Still in high
Yeah,
school.
James had it for a long time as his road car. Before it came up like a pro-level car. It was James's car.
If it is 2004, that's insane. It's 20 years in like literally another year.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah. Anyway. So I got pitted against mine, which is weird because the last time I competed in 2017, my only battle, which was top 32, was with Martin. Yeah. Which is great because Martin is a really, I want to say, understanding person.
He's a legend.
He's
Nicest dude ever. He'd been testing that. Nice.
I was ace because like I was saying to him, look, I'm going to be initiating with no handbrake, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not very good. So please just bear that in mind. I'm not saying this to give you some doubt in your mind. I'm just saying this because I don't want to die. You don't want to die, and let's not die in a big fiery fucking ball.
Did you not see how threateningly he was walking towards you from the pits?
No, there was a point. There was a point where we were. There was a point where we were. I was. I can't remember what I was doing. I was literally checking the oil, and I looked over, and Martin's spraying brakes. So the R32 is running, and Martin's leaning over the bonnet at the engine bay, and he's just spraying a little bit of brake cleaner at the inlet, and I hear the revs pick up, and I'm like,
Boostly, motherfucker. We got you.
Hello, Martin. What's happening here? Is this a possibility? So I walked over to him, and I was like, I saw that, and he was like, did you? I was like, yeah, I seen your revs pick up there, fam. You know, and I'm telling you now, there's no godly reason why your revs should pick up by just spraying your inlet manifold.
Other than a boost. A big old boost.
But anyway, his car performed flawlessly, which on the battles was great, but
worse than that, he was in bits fucking prior.
Well, just hang fire, yeah. He snapped a tensioner, his
JZ tensioner.
His JZ timing belt tensioner.
11 teeth it jumped.
11 teeth. But it doesn't matter because non-interference, because they are I'm not going to say the greatest engines in the world, but they're the greatest engines in the world. Not as good as an SR. Not as good as an SR, though. They're the best. Anyway,
Anything but a fucking V8, boys. We all know
anything but
that.
a V8. But yeah, so he'd had that. He'd also had, obviously, clearly a boost leak at some point that was, I'm pretty certain, not dealt with.
Well, I mean,
Just
it
went
wasn't
out.
noticeably affected the driving whatsoever.
Yeah, let's face it. Even with the
worked.
boost leak, that car just ran me the fuck over.
It fucking worked.
So my first. Now you went into battle first.
Yeah, against Alan, I did a big fucking. Well, I did a chase run.
Yeah.
And just didn't really chase. I just was back and then straightened up and just thought, the quicker this is over, the better.
The quicker this is over, the better.
But then I forgot that I had to lead.
So your second one was your lead.
Yeah, second one was lead. I went fucking fast.
I
And
know
just
you went fast. I seen you went fast in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I just went straight off. I went for an outside clip on the inside.
I
of the
know.
car.
Every outside clip can be an inside clip if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
And then there was not all off-road vehicles need to have a 4x4 stance.
Exactly.
True.
But I think I'd probably say I had probably the best bet out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, because
100%.
you pulled round to the grandstand and just fucking sent it in
Yeah,
like
I
second
was
or
like,
third.
this
and just went,
is probably the last like set of tyres that are going to be on this car for this year. So
Yeah.
let's get them the fuck gone.
hot, get 'em hot,
Psych.
get 'em smoked. And that was ace. That
So
was.
did a starting second, did a third, did a fucking whatever.
The whole crowd loved it. Everyone was cheering.
Yeah.
Everyone
I
loved
couldn't
it.
fucking breathe. I was choking my lungs out of my body, and then I realised there's a cherry picker with a camera above me. And I'm just
Yeah, that's why they put it up there so they can still see people inside the
dying,
smoke.
getting out the car. So
But anyway, anyway, so then
then you did battles.
I did with bowels.
And you did really good.
I
think you did.
I think did I chase first?
Fuck, I can't remember.
No, because you know what's weird? Because either way,
Yeah, no, you ended up at the back.
I ended up at the back no matter what.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
really
yeah.
hard
No,
to
you
know.
chased first.
I
Yeah, you
chased
did
first.
chase. It was good.
So I chased first.
It was good.
And
You stuck the fuck there.
I
You
did.
were-
I should have gone for fourth, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know how to initiate on a
fourth.
blind corner in fourth
I
anywhere
haven't
near
done it.
to Martin.
I've done it in my
So
3
what I
laps this
did,
week.
what I did was I stuck to Martin as closely as I possibly could. Realised I needed fourth, and then I saw him chuck, and I was like, right, I'm just gonna basically drive at him, and the first initiation just naturally finished off the whole thing. And I don't think I wasn't particularly close to him, but like I got as close as I think that car in that scenario with the amount of laps I'd done with me driving the amount that I've driven in the past year was capable of doing. And I wasn't
Which is pretty good.
I wasn't mega disappointed with it. I was like, yeah, I was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was the most
You
important
went back
thing. I
to
was
being
like,
a comp
fuck.
driver briefly. You talk so much shit about, we're not comp drivers, and then you just went back into Alex that used to do the BDC.
I'm
mode,
gonna go
and you
do it.
actually did pretty fucking
Yeah,
good.
but
The pressure
And
work.
the thing is, with you having the history with Martin, you've driven against him. You know he's a very smooth, good driver.
Yeah,
you had
consistent.
all faith that no matter without even having a handbrake, you could still be almost full throttle, and the car is.
Oh, I was.
The
I'm
car
pretty
is still
confident I was on
going
the
to
limiter.
probably move away from you,
Yeah.
even without you needing to touch the handbrake
Yeah,
to make any adjustments
absolutely.
based on what Martin was doing.
Yeah.
So I feel like you still had that.
Yeah, he was really
Comfortably in
really
the
consistent.
head.
So I didn't need. You see, this is the thing. I didn't need a handbrake really in that instance because the adjustments were unnecessary when the car in front is being as consistent as mine was. But it
Yeah,
was things
sure.
like I was trying to get close to certain bits and Bob's putting a bit of a show, and then it was like, you know, you're not going to be able to do that because you can't extend bits because of no handbrake. You can,
It was a
you can do foot brakes.
It was just a shame with your lead run that you did go a bit wide, because really it would have been a good battle.
I didn't realise.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, I was kind of ignorant. I thought there was track there.
Well, there was, but you were on it already. So there's about 3 or 4 foot of concrete.
Yeah, but
I
then
don't
it
think there's any
disappears
grip
off.
on it. I don't think there's any grip.
It's not. No. I was off completely. I was in the gravel.
Yeah, no, I know. But I
But-
think
but
on
like-
that, when you're on that concrete, I don't think there's anything like it's a night and day difference between the time.
It didn't. It didn't seem to. It was fucking awful when I got onto the gravel. But I feel like if I'd have managed to work that bit out, but then that was the reason why Martin then ended up ahead
In
again.
front, yeah.
But then even
Yeah.
then I was like,
You still jumped back
I'm gonna
on
get
it.
back on
Yeah,
him again.
yeah.
And that was really fun. It was really cool, funny because if you watch Jono, in fact, was it your Snapchat where you see Martin's behind me chasing, and then you can just see a quick bit of me coming back into.
Well, I was.
Yeah,
and Martin's
yeah.
ahead.
I was filming
Was it
from
yours?
the hill on the Instagram, and I thought,
Oh, yeah, it was on
that,
the
you know how
ground.
Instagram kind of splits videos and puts one before and after.
Yeah.
I thought it, and then I watched it back. I was like, oh no, it's the same.
It's the
fucking
same
video,
one.
but Alex is behind. I was like,
Somehow
what
I've
the
managed
fuck
to
has happened?
change my position.
Look,
Which
it was
weird.
still cool from like me watching. Thank fuck, I would not wanted to drive that, but it was cool to see guys like you've competed before. Saul's never, but it was cool to step out your
Yeah.
your
To
comfort
go
zone, really.
To go from not driving in 4 years,
Yeah,
never doing
we're
a
not doing
competition,
we're not doing comps ever.
Yeah, well,
never doing a competition to
To-
that.
That, which as far as I'm concerned, is next to doing Drift Masters, is pretty much
Yeah.
mental bullshit that you can possibly do in comps.
So I've already got my athlete page set up. I'm
Have
ready.
you-
about but you forgot a pretty important part, which was mind blowing, was when you guys did the drivers' parade. You didn't talk about that. That was the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Was overwhelming.
Our cars look pretty cool, but then when they're next to a load of comp cars, they look so much fucking bad.
100%.
They look fucking sick.
Yeah, it's terrible. It really. I mean, also all the photos that came out, all the media that came out of Mondello at that point were all. Whoever put Adam LZ and
Next
Colette
to our cars.
stood in front of our cars. You are the man. You are the fucking or woman.
Let's
You
just
are
say-
the
let's just
fucking
say
guy.
Dave
That was
planned the whole thing.
hilarious. That was incredible. Like, there is no. I mean, I would have never have imagined in a million years.
Are you trying to say that they were the 4 best things at that event?
The 4 best things? Yeah, basically. And my Lambo door.
Your Lambo doors, yeah.
Lambo doors burn out.
I did do a Lambo door burnout,
Yep.
but annoyingly, I only did it in second, and my car, like the rear had so much grip that the front wheels were just doing nothing. So there's loads of footage of me going in a straight line and my wheels just spinning. My front wheels just going from left to right, doing nothing. No steering whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the parade lap. Me and Sola stood on track, and we're just like looking around, and Egan's like interviewing people, and he's like getting the crowd, and he's like, Mondello, stand up, and like,
It gives
you
you
all
fucking...
did.
It's like, it's all
It was
20,000 people standing.
I've never been in a situation where that's been happen. Like that was wild.
Everyone standing up and cheering gave me goosebumps because you
Yeah, it
just
did.
couldn't fathom how many fucking people were there.
No,
To watch you guys drive.
unbelievable.
Insane.
All around the back, like it was 360, like the entire way
Yeah.
around. There were people all over, screaming, shouting, cheering. It was just overwhelming. And I know it's just mad to think that was, and we were there.
100%.
I remember just putting on the fucking Instagram story going, what the fuck are we
doing
here?
it? Like, Dave, you invited a meme page to the wildest competition I've ever seen in my life.
It would have been better off if we brought the fucking cat. And
Yeah, we
just
could.
put it in the,
Yeah, that would've been
We
fun.
should have put the cat, like, what
on
the
a
cat
shoelace.
do?
What that cat do?
On a shoelace. But anyway, yeah, the parade lap was wild. I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. That was
100%.
And I don't
utterly
really know
mental.
how it. I mean, they just can just repeat and repeat, rinse and repeat, because it'll be a forever great event.
It's this event that we went to is literally like
This fucking cat.
get them views, boy, get out of here.
It's running from the fans.
How it was on the weekend is literally like how we all met at 2018 Next Level. It's something
Yeah.
you had to be there
Yeah.
that you will talk about.
Super
for the-
cliche to say, but absolutely, it was.
It's something you will talk about for the rest of your life.
Yeah, Dan.
Dan was there?
What?
Next Level, baby, 2018. How good was it?
Yeah, it was fucking sick.
Oh, next, yeah, like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
let's
I was
go.
fucking zoned out, to be honest, lads. I won't lie.
Fucking hell.
Fair.
No, we're just saying Next Level was sick.
I'm very
and
tired.
Next Level was there, and you were there, and that was good, and that was fun and stuff.
If LZ Festival was what I'd hoped it would have been, I would have financially crippled myself to do it. I just weren't financially
You did
crippling
fine.
myself to do.
You did fine.
I weren't gonna do 8 laps. I weren't keen for it.
No.
I had £218 in my bank account when we left.
And when you left, when you left
When we left to go to Ireland,
Oh.
I had £218 in my bank account.
damn. When you came home, you had £18. It only cost you 200.
Yeah, bargain.
Besides that, after Saturday battles were over, we did a bit of a chill
Yep.
debrief. Not really, we just talked shit. But then we were like, fuck it, let's go watch the top 6. What was
Yeah,
top
well,
8? Top 16?
Top 16.
Top 16,
so-
top 8.
And-
I saw the end of top 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had the best fucking seats
Yeah.
in the house.
Oh yeah.
Oh
What?
my god.
We went and found the VIP place, and my god, that was
And apparently because we
overwhelming.
were
That was
drivers, we were
fantastic.
welcome in the VIP area.
Yeah. Nowadays, we got to speak to like all sorts of like famos. It was amazing.
Becky Evans and
Yeah.
Tess and Martin were in there. Night
Yeah,
Rod
yeah.
was in there. Fuck, everyone was in
Yeah,
there, really. If you weren't driving, you were in that area where
Yeah.
we were standing.
Yeah.
It was the first losers area.
Wow.
First losers area. Oh, we found our place.
Yeah, we know. Well, this
Yeah,
is where
We know where we belong.
And
Well,
that was...
no, to be fair, from you qualified, because I've just jumped in again, but if you two qualified higher than other people, if they went out in their first battles, they actually finished lower than you, so you wasn't dead last.
Oh yeah, that's how competition stuff works.
Yay!
Well, you still won for best
weren't
looking
the
cars.
shittest.
Sorry, I was reading Instagram questions. I can't multitask.
Yeah, copy.
We'll get to those in a minute.
Well, I think there's probably like the people that were below me probably still like did Phil. Who did Phil off first?
James
Beat
Dean.
Phil.
Oh, right, so we went out straight.
James
straight
Dean.
out the
James
back,
went, oh,
straight
that's-
out the fucking blocks. He had James Dean.
And he did fucking phenomenal to
Yeah,
keep
he did.
up.
Yeah.
He did
with
so
his
good.
car being a bit of a fucking handicap as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Saturday, that was Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah, so we enjoyed the rest of Sunday.
Yep.
We had the after party at the track once everyone had gone home and kind of moved and
Yeah.
done the business. That was pretty
But
good.
we literally all started to get settled in to getting pretty shit faced.
Yeah, we're
and then
getting
all
loaded.
of a sudden we got an email saying they have
Ferries were
cancelled our
cancelled.
fucking ferry.
And our only options were to basically leave the party now and load the cars and get on the 8 o'clock in the morning ferry home, or we fucked that off, got leathered, and then we stayed until 9. Our ferry was at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Now it was a difficult choice to say the least because
Yeah.
you know,
There was
you
a
sit
party.
there
There was a
thinking,
party going on. We were at
Yeah.
a party, and then it was like, oh yeah, if you do want to even think about the 8 a.m., this party needs to end now.
Yeah.
You need to
And
go
that was kind of
and-
lame.
Yeah, and you need to go and load your shit.
But they
pack
did
the
it because
car.
there was a storm.
Yeah, so there was quite. We were on the Swift, the smaller,
Yeah.
faster boat, and they cancelled all of those.
Yeah.
So they put everybody on either the early or the late.
Yeah.
Now, I think everyone or most people made the decision to go for the early.
Yeah, most
you
people
had
did.
work. You
Yeah,
had
I
to
had an
kind
installation the day after, so I had to be back to do it.
of.
Despite being self-employed, I and having the ability to move work myself, I
couldn't move that one. You had already moved.
I,
him,
the
so-
problem, I moved him a few times, and I felt like a bit of a dick for moving him.
But the sad
Moving him for
point
this.
of it is, of all of this, is that Alex most definitely should have lost that customer
100%.
100%.
because
Well, not lost it, but
Well,
because I had a conversation with Adam and I said, happy to come and stay and do whatever. I said, if you guys want any help packing up tomorrow, moving boxes and just
Yeah.
getting fences and shit,
Yeah.
happy to do that. Just we'll be up at this time. We'll probably load the car and do whatever. I said, if we could come and have dinner with you guys and maybe just film some of the unit, where you store all the cars, and we'll just do like a really informal roundup interview with you guys. I know we'll all be hungover and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
but it'd just be cool if we are stuck around here for another day. Can
Yeah.
we just have a fucking conversation on film, just something to pad out, probably the video with
Yeah,
some
to give Jono
clip,
more
just some more
150,000
clips.
hours.
Just- yeah,
of footage.
no, just more like-
But Jono was there. Jono left. I mean,
You- he left with you, yeah.
Just more of like, the little clip, conversations, just maybe like a roundup, just
Yeah.
some like clickbaity title probably for the
Yeah.
for the video.
Yeah.
And then what transpired was, well, if you hang around here, we'll just open the fucking track up and let you hot lap.
Are you allowed to admit this?
Yeah, we're allowed to after
Yeah.
it was over.
Yeah.
Okay, after it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So Mondella was just like, hey, low origin, let's do some fucking shit.
yeah. So us, the Night Ride Boys, Jimmy Oakes and his missus.
Yep.
Steph,
Adam LZ's filmer, Mike
yeah.
from Divine Media was there.
we kind of just got the back half of the track to do pretty much whatever we wanted to from 2 o'clock onwards.
And that was...
That is wild.
Wait,
That
wait,
is
wait.
so wild.
We could have stayed, because they had the track hired for 2 days. So we could have stayed Monday,
Yeah.
and we could have stayed Tuesday and drove.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you literally you just kept going and smashing it.
Yeah.
Because I saw little bits in like Ty was like in the group chat was just like, oh yeah, so we're just gonna fucking keep going and just
And
keep going.
I'll be honest. After
And
the shit show prior, I
Yeah.
kind of needed that because I think if I had just done the competition side of it,
Yeah.
drove the way I did, which isn't my it is just comp driving. It isn't our thing, so it's
Yeah.
not something to
Yeah.
really beat myself up about. We didn't expect to do well, but
No.
it's then still frustrating to do shit.
Even prior,
Yeah.
we just got up, went and had breakfast. We seen Adam Marvel, we went and taken him to get breakfast.
I found the fucking problem with the car, which
Well,
was
yes.
the bottom ball joint in the lower arm was
Into the knuckle.
loose,
Both sides.
but was being kept
Loosey
in
goosey.
by the split pin.
Oh, nice.
So I didn't realise it.
Thank you, Split Pin.
Yeah,
Very
I
cool.
I kind of hadn't noticed it was coming loose because then what it'd do is it then put itself under its own weight.
And then-
tight.
Right. Yeah.
So it was just a real stupid fucking thing. Like Dan would have probably found it straight away and gone, "That's exactly what it is."
Yeah. So we did that. We did
fixed it. We drove around the pits and was like, "That's the clunking completely gone and vanished." It worked fucking great.
Then everybody rocked up that was there to hang, and Dave was nice enough of himself to give us a private tour of Mondello Park's like racing history.
Martin
Yeah, the
Barrett.
history museum.
Oh
Martin
my
Barrett, who
lord!
owned Mondello, and
That's
he also owned Lola, and they made bodies for Formula One cars, for Le Mans cars, for all sorts of shit. And the place is unreal. One of the I mean, there's some incredible cars in there, but one of the highlights for me was a Jaguar E-Type.
Oh yeah.
Which is E12
Immaculate.
made by Jaguar for Martin, for the bloke, and it has done 2 track days. But it is a Jaguar built track car. Jaguar built roll cage, Jaguar like harnesses, Jaguar race prepared car.
Nice.
And it is like unbelievably clean. In the oldest man brown you can imagine with a roll cage in the
And
back.
it's
It's
only ever
And
been
then-
sat in the driver's seat.
yeah,
Well, I was
no
gonna
one's
say-
sat in any of the other seats.
I saw like some footage, and I was just like, are these cars like? Do they go out, or
So
they just stay there?
They are a lot of the cars that go to Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're part of that collection. They
Yeah.
also regularly get used on the track there to keep them. So obviously, race cars like that, they need to obviously be used periodically. So
Yeah.
Ian, the fella who is the manager of that museum, and obviously has some other, massive, amount of involvement in Mondello Park.
Yeah.
It's kind of his job, I think, to look after that museum and
Right.
look after them. I'd like to think that he drove them as well, which would be pretty
Yeah.
cool that we met him as well. I don't know who drives them or whether they're kind of given away to guest drivers to use or people
Fuck about with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably worth so much money that they probably don't.
I'd imagine they probably are worth a few fucking bob.
And obviously, he's talking through like they do a lot of the work there, so they're in the process of bringing a few of them back because a lot of the Formula One cars don't have engines.
Oh, okay.
They were obviously sold without engines.
Yeah.
Now he has got a couple there that have got engines that aren't in them, and the engines are in the process of being
Built, put
broken
together.
apart, checked, and put back together before they go in them.
You just couldn't believe that is literally walked out of the pits.
You know when you turn
Straight
you
in.
you go out of the entrance and turn left.
Yeah.
The green building on the right.
Oh,
is that.
That's it.
Is that?
It's the museum.
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
that,
fascinating.
It was fucking. It was fucking
Absolutely.
sick.
Well, okay, so you saw some cool cars.
Yep.
We had a wander around. We had a chat with everybody. We were just chatting away. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Blah. We then make our way over to the. I don't know really what part of the track. It's like the back end of the track.
Yeah.
But even before that, before we drove Saul's car over there with Jimmy and all the NORA boys, we literally get back from leaving the museum and Dave goes, "Go,
Yeah, just go.
go, do whatever you guys want."
Yeah.
To all of us, and we were just like,
Is it because Dave desperately wanted to go to sleep?
Probably.
"Nah, he was with us."
But Dave was still doing filming. He was doing,
Oh.
bits
Then they were
on
doing
the
vlogs, Jimmy was
rides,
vlogging.
cars,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
Red 13 he'd brought over.
Yeah.
We're doing like laps of the track. You were brake spooling my car.
Oh
Doing
yeah,
mad launches.
we're doing
down the
launch
straight.
control shit
Yeah,
with fucking
yeah.
Jimmy Oaks. Not really, we're just rolling on, doing big old foot
Big
brakes
burns.
to.
Just funny as fuck.
We got lost on the way there because we didn't know where we're going.
We were just driving around the
Oh,
whole
I'd
circuit.
have got lost immediately.
Yeah.
So anyway, we pull up on the start. I jump in. I'm in my car. We do. I think me and Jimmy go out first.
Yeah, I
So
was
Jimmy's
doing
in
the filming.
My car. And Jimmy's like, "Oh, should we do some filming?" This and the other. I was like, "No, man. We'll just enjoy the day. Like,
Yeah.
we'll just fuck about. We'll just do normal drift day things.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just go out, smash tires in, change them, go out again, just keep going."
Yeah.
So I do, I think 4 or 5 laps, and
Yeah.
it is
Easy.
like the one, like it's where I needed to be.
Yeah. You needed to get
On the
that
Friday.
seat time in.
And it was like the car worked. Everything came together perfectly. It was like I could have really been ripping fourth at certain sections, but
Yeah, no way.
the tires wouldn't have even lasted. So it was like
And
keep it third, keep it cruising, keep it moving, and it was just
No pressure at all either. There was like maybe 12 of us there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And that's
Christ.
including everyone they didn't have cars, just watching.
Just watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like then
So wait, so Jimmy's in the car with
Jimmy's
you?
in the car with
Yeah, he
me,
was with
passenger
Sol,
in, and
straight
then we
up.
switch over. He does
So
like
Jimmy
3
Oaks
laps.
drives your car?
Yeah, he drove my car.
Yeah,
Did 3
that
laps
is
in it.
fucking
Yeah,
sick.
And
boy.
even when he got out, he was like, "Oh my god, I can drive right hand drive," because obviously he'd been struggling with the right hand drive. But
Yeah.
there
Oh,
was no
I saw that
pressure.
video. And I felt so bad for him. Like,
And there's no one watching.
chucking it in
yeah,
sick.
6. But there's no one watching. He just got in and he was like, it worked. And
Yeah,
one of the
that's the
funny
thing.
things he said to me, he was like, "Oh, what semi-slicks are on it?" I was like, road tires?
road tires,
Like,
just
budget-
fucking budget road tires.
Budget road tires? And he was like, "Well, fucking got a little fucking grip."
Yeah.
It's kind
No
of
way.
working.
5 degrees of camber.
This can be, yeah. But
Magic
it was
number.
good. And then Jimmy saw off the rest of the road tires.
Yeah.
Then we switched on to the Zestino semi-slicks.
Yeah.
And me and Ty, I went back in the driver's seat. Ty came out, and I liked driving on the semi-slicks. I kind of, because I had
Yeah.
open space and there was no pressure. No one
Could you
was
go
in.
faster? Do you
Yeah.
feel?
But when they were hot and they were moving.
Yeah.
But that's the only difference. Like when they do have more grip, but I don't think it's a noticeable amount. But it may be obviously down to my geometry. But the 3As
Probably
Yeah.
down to your
It's
geometry.
100% down to your fucking geometry. Yeah.
but I didn't feel like there wasn't enough of a gap where it was massively. I tell you what, there was a difference was the side bite.
Yeah.
So off throttle was completely different.
Car was trying to fucking stop itself.
It was massively different.
Yeah.
And then coming back on power. So like Ty was basically like, yeah, you fucked all this up. This is fine with road tires, but when you're coming off power with keep those revs building, keep them going, and then we kind of
Yeah.
The wheels moving.
I kind of got the system of basically jet ski at fucking next level.
Yeah.
And we were fucking sweet.
It was only a little bit of guidance needed where Saul would like really let the car slow right down and have no revs ready for him to
Yeah,
leave
to
the
pick it
corner.
back up.
Yeah.
Where he was coming in throttle blipping and it would literally the last lap was like fuck.
Yeah.
As if you haven't driven 4 years, it was fucking perfect.
It was
Yeah.
what I needed.
So this is it. So realistically, yeah, you got what you fucking needed out.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
That was made the whole weekend worth it.
It would have
Hot
been
lap,
amazing
big
to
time.
have been there. We could have done loads of cool fucking
I
crashing
feel like
and stuff.
the
But
tandems that we would have been getting fucking
Yeah.
involved in.
It was literally one lap of watching inside the car what he was doing different to what he'd usually do. Literally changed from a different driver after literally coming around again.
that's what
You
you
wouldn't
want.
even know fucking Saul didn't drive for 4 years. It was literally the old Saul.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
fucking-
Yeah, and then I
that's
was
what
switch over. Ty finally got to drive my car.
Yes, and I didn't crash it like you did with mine. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
spin it,
oh
though.
yeah, he
I did
owns
a
you.
big old flick to spin.
You should have just fucking straight up railed something.
Well, nah, I can't do that.
Just found something to crash into.
It was cool, but the tire.
Smash it into the
The
spirit
first
ray.
2 runs,
Yeah, they were
were
good.
the tyres were good. Well, I linked it up first time. I was pretty happy with that. Second lap, I was a bit of a showing off a little bit. I just went to do a big old flick, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this ain't coming back."
Lost it.
It was sick,
Off the
man.
track, yeah.
It was coming back. I was revving it up. Nah.
Revving and praying.
Revving it, yeah. But the next lap, the semis, all of a sudden, they're on their way. They do the first 3 corners, and I was like, holy fuck, there's nothing left. But everyone's watching, and it was absolutely blazing out the back of the car. And finished that, and one of the tyres popped as we come back around to do it. We're doing a cool down.
We got through the little like tunnel, like where everyone stood.
Yeah.
Got through that.
Yeah.
And it fucking DB'd and popped there, so you've got the full fucking track.
It was the slowest.
all the way
And it's like rubbing on the over fender. So I was like, "Are you sure we're not on fire?" And he's like, "Nah, it's just a tire." And I was like, "It's getting fucking pretty bad. It's getting pretty bad. We got a fire extinguisher on my feet." So,
Yeah.
No, it was.
but that was so fucking sick. It was so much
the
fun.
car worked, and it was absolutely.
Honestly, I know. Look,
unreal.
both me and Dan will happily say that your car is fucking held together with hopes, dreams, and sellotape and shit. But when I got it and drove it, it felt, and I hate to say surprising because it sounds so patronising, but it felt surprisingly good.
It was
And
great.
then clearly you
I
kicked
mean-
its head in and then gone, shit, this
is
actually
great.
works and it's good. Go on.
I mean,
Go,
when
Dan.
Saul's car was at my house, the notebook, I can't be asked to find it now, but the notebook, it's actually titled Saul's Bonky Ass Car.
Wonky ass car.
And I mean, I haven't allowed it. I've straight-eyed it, and that's it.
There is an entire YouTube video on where specifically outlining your car. You've not watched that again.
No,
but
I
just
watched
done,
that.
you
back,
watched that
and
video.
I just straightened everything up. I don't think I set my actor stance right, but I've done a good enough job to make it stay straight. It doesn't try and snap itself.
No.
In stupid ways.
You're definitely right in what you're saying, Buck. Because even from like me jumping from my S13 into Saul's car, it makes like another 60 more horsepower. We have the same suspension setup. It literally drives exactly the same as my car, but it's a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit. What's yours is like
330.
330.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Is it 4? What are you, 400?
400.
Yeah.
404.
It was literally comfy as get in, drive.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is about all three of your cars now, with how good they are, you should be able to. It's literally your cars are at the point where it's just chuck tires at it and fuel at it.
Yeah.
And that's fucking awesome. That's all this hard work and the shit show the world has been for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Getting cars ready. Dan pretty much cut your car in half and put it back together. Dave did a great job at the engines.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
fucking good cars now.
Yeah.
It's
They
like
are.
2018 low origin vibes all over again.
It is,
We're just faster.
We're just
But way faster, yeah.
Way faster.
Dude.
And my engine bay doesn't look like a pile of shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to have to bail. I'm falling asleep.
All right,
Okay, Dan.
All right. What time is it? 20:30.
You have a lovely time, and I will talk to you soon.
See you, Dan.
Night, Daniel.
Love you, Dan.
Sleep,
All right.
sleep.
Love you, bye.
Love you. Bye. See ya. Bye-bye.
Dan had that much FOMO that he wanted out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sick of you cubs talking about how good that event was.
Oh,
I know I should have been there.
I do
Fuck's
feel bad.
sake.
I spoke to him on the phone after the day after, and he was like, "Yeah, I really wish I was there, man."
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
But this, that, and the other. I was like, "Yeah,
That was a
I
Dan
know,
event,
I know."
and
It
Dan
was.
would have done really fucking
It
well
was,
there.
and especially off the back of DoriLz-Fest, where he'd had such a good.
Perfect amount of seat time.
Yeah.
He shredded everything. But then
Yeah.
that was what had. It was the hinging factor. He'd done so many laps, so many times,
I get it.
so
I get
much
it.
fuel.
There wasn't a lot of seat time, granted, and there was a lot of the time was spent being overwhelmed by it all.
The thing. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And that's not really Dan's vibe.
No, but I feel like he would have just been.
But the Monday
No.
would have
I feel
easily
like.
made
I
up
feel
for that.
like.
Monday was
I feel like on the
fucking
Sunday-
sick, man.
Oh
He
yeah,
would
I
have
feel
been-
like Dan could have actually. I mean, bear in mind, if I'd have beat Martin Richards, I would have immediately driven against Adam LZ.
Yeah.
Well, that's how the battle
Yeah.
tree would have worked, yeah.
I mean, what universe?
Does that
In
become
what
a thing?
universe do I mean? Imagine if Martin. So we're lining up to go. Instead of Martin's timing belt tensioner collapsing the lap before, what if it had collapsed as we're
Oh my
ready
god, you're
to go?
going, and you would
And
have
I'm sat there,
by proxy gone through.
And his shit's got failed, and then it's like, yeah, Alex, you're now battling Adam LZ in a 900 brake horsepower S15.
Quinn Motorsport S15.
Quinn Motorsport S15. Yeah. Which universe? This universe, apparently.
This one apparently
Yeah.
that we exist in.
Yeah. Very, very unusual, very peculiar, but here we are. But yeah. Okay.
What else did we do Monday? Oh, we did some
Monday.
behind the scenes stuff with Not Ride.
Oh, yeah.
They were
Yeah,
doing,
so,
they were doing a video on Dave's
Yeah, they
cars.
were doing the
Some of the pictures
PSs
and
doing
stuff
all the
has been-
Yeah.
You've posted the video. So Dave was hungover Dave. Love hungover Dave. Just wanted like cuddles and coffee.
He wanted cuddles.
Yeah, oh,
He was dying.
so his eyes were just death. Imagine 3 days.
His
of-
voice sounded like a fucking.
But imagine
That's
if
very
8
good.
weeks, 8 weeks of preparation for that, then 3 days of just mayhem, and
Nope.
then on the Monday they're still filming and talking and I mean, technically he was entertaining us fuckheads,
Yeah.
fucking about on the track for a bit.
For hours.
Yeah.
For hours and
Yeah.
hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, we did like 25 laps, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, because I mean, the problem with it was we could have probably
Not
got
to rub it
more.
in or anything.
We probably could have got. The problem was we probably could have eked it out for more time.
Yeah.
But we were just so excited, and we just ended up hot lapping.
Yeah.
So the tyres just didn't last. So we could have done like 3
Yeah,
laps,
yeah,
stopped,
yeah.
let them cool down, gone again, and just got the most out of the tyres. But it was just a. I even considered at one point I had like a bald street tyre and a bald
Semi-slick.
that wasn't on the wires, and I was like,
God,
which
yeah.
way
And
round should we put this?
You see, you need
do another lap.
You need
but-
255 35s as well, don't you?
Yeah, so I couldn't
all
get
the
out
tires.
that would help.
pits and
There's
get more.
like you're at a track where there's like 200 or 300 tires.
Yeah,
They're
but
all 265.
So my big
Yeah.
thing for we'll get into that, but like my big change for winter I think will be
moving to a
moving to a
2.6.
265. Yeah, so I'll be adjusting the rear to accommodate a 265.
Yeah.
Because it's easier for us.
It's
'cause we
easier,
can then-
I know,
You can say,
I know,
I've run out of tyres, here's some tyres. I can say, I've run out of tyres, you can give me tyres.
I did it. I did it a couple of years
Yeah.
ago with the VSXXs, and I honestly, I did it. In fact, it was more than a few years ago. It was 2017. I did it. I did it because they could only get me 265 Achilles 1, 2, 3 S's, and I remember fitting the first set and standing back and going, "Oh my god, what have I done?" Look, they are thick,
C's.
wide,
All the C's.
they're like 9mm of tread, and they were A's. They were amazing tires. That was the first time I'd ever driven on 76. But the first thing I was like, "Oh, the fitment is fucked now," and I realised because I had to widen the fender, so I pinched the fender a little bit.
Yeah.
But as soon as I pinched, the fender did this. It went out and up.
Yeah.
So I then had to lower the car motor to make it fit the same
Look
way.
better, yeah. I mean, my problem was I pinched it to get the 255s on, so I was all out of pinch. I couldn't have even pinched more to get a 265 on.
No.
Yeah.
I can. There's loads to fucking about because I'm like 4.5 or 5 degrees of camber on the back, so I can get a smaller spacer.
You can even
reduce
get
my
it.
camber.
Oh,
but
mate. Yeah.
I have
Sorry, I thought
noticed-
I dropped out for a second.
Yeah, I have noticed that I have rubbed through on the hot when we're doing hot laps.
Yeah.
I've completely rubbed through the boots of the drive shaft
Oh, really?
with the because obviously I'm still on fairly OE looking or designed aftermarket camber arms, not
Now,
the,
hang
not
fire.
on the
Yeah,
Power
yeah.
Shop Max ones.
You're on Geomasters on the back, aren't you?
Geomasters, yeah.
So the thing is, we all know we have to modify the traction arm because
Yes.
otherwise, if you don't modify the traction arm fork, it impedes onto the
Yeah.
CV
No, I've
boot.
done that.
You've
but
done
it's my
that.
camber arm as I
Your
compress.
camber arm?
Yeah, as I it's physically
What
my
camber arms you got?
I've got Jap Speed adjustable camber arms, but because they're not the Part Shop Max ones, which go like that away
Yeah.
from the that you've got the gyro shaft. They avoid
We did notice this on the Monday, but we were just like, it'll be right. Should be right, mate.
Obviously, 5x1s.
Just fucking send it.
Yeah.
5x1s.
Yeah.
What are they? 500 quid each.
And it worked phenomenal.
And it worked great. I noticed it at the changing the tyres over. So I don't think all the grease is still in them. I think, or most of it is.
Yep.
Most of the grease.
Most of the grease.
Yep.
Well, that's all that matters.
And
But yeah, so they're fucked. I need to put new boots on them. But I also want to change the rear camber arms to give myself some room around my drive shafts.
What spaces have you got on the back?
45 mil.
Jesus, you got some scope though then there.
Big
haven't you?
meats,
You
yeah.
got
So I'm
big
going to go
scope.
down to like a 25 or a 30.
yeah.
Oh, do you know what I've got in there? I've got a big World War II 35mm shell casing that has
full of them.
full of all of the spaces.
Oh, there you go.
There's all the bolts as well in there as well. In fact, you should probably take that.
should
You
probably
don't
take
have to
them.
take it now.
Just
but
so I could
you
bolt
should take
them on
that.
and
You can
work
just
out
do
what
some
I
testing.
need, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
everything. There's everything. There's a 15, 25, 30. And I think I think you've got the 45s, but I think there's other ones there. There's like some 35s. And there's everything.
I just
there.
need to work out. I need to wire my camber out so it's closer to flat.
Yeah.
So I'm getting. I mean, and that was another thing as well. Yeah, I'm hot lapping, doing 20 odd laps on tyres. But I'm
Yeah.
only using half of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit
So like, if I use a
Waste of
full
money.
tyre, I'm still not that. I think if I was using a flatter contact patch, the tyres would last a bit longer.
Yeah.
They'd at least maybe give that illusion that they are.
yeah.
But yeah,
Potentially.
Monday. Well, that was it.
Unreal.
That Monday was so sick. We stuck around for a bit longer. Watched Jimmy Oakes' missus did donuts for the first time.
Oh, yeah, Steph.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Steph,
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
did
the
that
Steph.
first time. Smashed
We
it.
did a classic low origin photo. Everyone standing on Saul's car.
Yeah, everyone.
Represent.
All the boys on the car.
I was pretty sad I wasn't there.
Yeah.
We're just ramming this home that Alex definitely should have lost that customer.
Yeah. Well.
But
Buy some merch.
The difference is that if I lose a customer at work, I'll find another one. That's your actual customer.
Yes,
They are
that's-
repeat
What else did we do?
business.
That was about it. We did the photo.
Yeah. And then we were hanging around. We then spoke to Aaron.
Oh yeah, we did an interview with Aaron from
Lone
Lone Star.
Lone Star Drift.
Yep.
Whether
Yep.
that- I mean, it was in torrential rain, so and windy as fuck. So he probably has got shit
Yeah.
footage.
We're not sure. It was still cool to talk to
Still
him,
cool to
meet him
talk
in
to
person.
speak to him, get to know him because these are people that we watch on YouTube and
Yeah, this is
never in
the
person,
wild
and it
thing
was-
is to see so many people that are like, I've watched you on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And there you are in real
But then
life.
they're also,
in fact,
like,
we're having a
talking to us
conversation
about,
with you
like, our
as
cars
if
and
we're
that
just
sort of stuff.
normal people.
Yeah.
And
That sounds so
He's
dope.
exactly like he was in. He's exactly what he's like in videos. In person, he's the nicest dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted him to drive the car because obviously on the on the Friday he had videoed my car going, oh, this is definitely a Stan's car. This is definitely in the
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
place.
yeah,
This
yeah.
isn't going to do any drifting this weekend.
Yeah.
But then I think he was away doing touristy type things with his missus.
And he was devastated after Saul
devastated
told him.
because I was like, I've shredded the tires. I was turned up like at the end when we were rolling into the pits kind of thing. So felt a bit shit, but
Yeah.
I did ask Dave to try and let him know. But if you're away doing stuff with your missus, because it's part of a holiday as well, then that is what it is.
Yeah,
I'm
you've got to
sure
sell it. You've got to sell it to the missus somehow.
Oh
haven't
yeah,
you?
100%. I'm sure he'll be back at some
You're
point.
going to be like,
He
it's
can
basically
drive.
4 or 5 days of staring at cars. Are you in?
Yeah. He can come back at any point and drive the world's worst 40.
Yeah.
Oh, shush.
But yeah, so that was pretty much Monday. We then were gonna go to Nando's and have food with everybody, but then we realised that we had maybe 45 minutes to do an hour journey to get to the port.
We sat talking to Dave for so
Too
long.
long, yeah. So
And-
then I had to drive like a fucking idiot with the trailer in the car.
We're doing like 100.
Did you
In
go
the
through?
pissing
Did you go
down
through, or
rain.
did you go round?
We went straight fucking through because it was night time.
It was
Really?
it was
You went
perfect.
through
It was so
Dublin?
quiet, and I drove so fucking fast.
We
on the
went
motorway.
round and then
So-
went through a toll road, and we were like, "Oh, we're not paying for this."
I
Go
didn't
fuck.
know that. I didn't know that like the motorways, or that the A road, they're 100 kilometers,
Yeah.
and I think we were doing 100 miles an hour,
Yeah, we were bogeying.
fucking booking it.
And
Damn.
remember how bad it was like to get through Dublin when we landed?
Yes.
It
Drove
took us
straight in.
maximum 10 minutes
Yeah,
to get
straight
through.
through.
It was
Yeah.
perfect.
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
But that's a Monday night.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
At like 8 o'clock or half
Middle of
7.
fucking Dublin. That was my mistake on the way there. I was like, and you were like, "Oh, one's got toll roads and one's not," and I was like, "Well, obviously
Just don't go on the
don't
toll.
go on the toll roads." It
Duh.
was like it's the same amount of time. It wasn't the same
It
amount
was
of time.
not the same.
Nope.
Time. We know that for next time anyway. We'll pay the 12 fucking whatever.
So then you get on the fucking ferry, and the storm has also rearranged itself.
Yeah, the storm's rearranged.
Oh my God.
Because then we just spent the whole. I mean, to be fair, it was perfectly fine because it was dark. I think it was daytime, and
Yeah,
you
it'd
could
have
see
been
the
You could see the
sea,
horizon.
and you could see
Well,
the
from
horizon
where I
just
was,
doing fucking.
I was
this.
I was at home, I was at home chilling,
Yeah.
and I can see fucking thunder and lightning. and shit.
You
I'm
just think of us
I'm like,
drowning in the
pretty certain.
Irish Sea.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain they're getting on a boat right now.
We're
I
going
was trying
down.
to stay awake. It was about 9:30. I was trying to stay the fuck awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could see it was like endless thunderstorms, and I'm only about hour and a half, 2 hours away from the port, and I was just
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
This is fucked.
And I looked on the app, and it was like, yeah, there's like this massive storm in the
We're
middle,
in it.
just over you.
Yeah, just on us.
But yeah, we got
We
back.
got back, sweet. And the fucking car, so like in the whatever ferry we were on, so it wasn't like the first one that it was we drove in the back and turned round.
Yeah.
We're parked at the fucking open front of the boat.
Oh wow.
So we're driving at the fucking storm, and there's just my fucking Touareg and the 14 fucking chilling, and there's just like a little metal barrier that's stopping the car from fucking going into the sea.
Oh,
Yeah.
they know what they're doing, you know.
They,
know,
they
yeah.
weren't tied down on this
No,
one
they
like
weren't
the last
tied
one.
down. No,
Really?
none of them.
No.
None of the trucks or anything. It's
No.
almost like if they fucking fall off, they fall off. Fuck it.
Titanic shit of floating on
Yeah.
Saul's car.
Fuck, it was just mad. But to be fair, we were upstairs.
It was fun.
And we were,
Yeah.
amazing. We were talking to people that had been at the event. There was people all on the ferry that were
Yeah.
hanging out. So
The only time when it was really bad when you would notice someone walk into the toilet and we would go, oh, they made it.
hurrying across this. So you wouldn't even know because obviously it was dark. You just every now and again feel like there was a bit of a big bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then if you weren't paying attention, the rocking wouldn't even come into your brain. It was like just being on a hammock.
Yeah.
But then,
I was really-
said when someone went to the toilet and they were just
Fuck
bouncing
all. It
off
was so
fucking
funny.
everything.
I was really nervous about the boat. I'm not good with boats. I fucking hate boats.
I'm on
And
a
I was
boat.
speaking to Dave Baston, and Baston was like, he immediately went into scared rabbit mode, and he was like,
Oh my God.
"There's a storm.
What?
There's a what now?
So it's not
There's
just
what
you.
now?" And his missus her face just went like,
For fuck's
"Fuck's sake, Dave. Fuck me." And
But they were on the boat
but
for a lot
both
longer.
me and Dave were like, "Yeah, I'm really fucking scared too, Dave.
Yeah, but-
I'm really fucking scared too,
Yeah,
man.
but
I
no,
don't
what-
want to fucking get on this boat." We were
what
both
they
like,
what they were doing, they were getting on at Dublin and going all the way down.
"Oh yeah, shit. Their boat was like 70 hours." or
Yeah,
something.
it was like we were just going straight across.
I
they were
couldn't.
going
Yeah,
down. The
I could
fucking
barely hack
storm.
like. Was it 2 hours?
3 hours.
3 hours. I could
Yeah,
barely
3.
hack 3 hours, and Dave's just like, "Yeah, you got like."
I think we were
a
over
week on a
12 or
boat.
something. 12 hours or
Yeah.
maybe 13 hours.
It's the emigration boat to America. It's the longest.
Yeah.
fucking-
But anyway, yeah.
LZ-Fest was fucking sick.
I was going to say
So
something we didn't mention, and that we didn't even know it happened until it was pretty much fucking over, was the King of Ireland drifting.
Oh yeah.
Like there was an entire fucking
Competition.
another competition that was the winner of that was it the
It was
top,
the top
five.
top five
And
got
Charlie
moved.
Hugh made it into.
Charlie Hugh made it in.
fucking
Yeah,
smashed it.
absolutely
Charlie.
fucking smashed it.
I remember Charlie fucking coming to church hangs in a cool. This
Yeah,
that
yeah.
13,
That 13,
you know,
yeah.
lowered. Looks
I was there.
Yeah, you
there.
were
Yeah.
there.
And he says to Ty, "Oh, I'm thinking about doing some competitions." And then there
Look
he
at him
is,
now.
There he
rubbing
is,
shoulders.
smashing
Look at
it.
us.
And
Look at
I
us.
said to him, so I walked past him and I was like, I said, you've earned your place here. Me and Saul are here as fucking frauds. we don't know how we're fucking here. But and he was like, no, but your cars are cool. And I was like, yeah, it doesn't
Charlie
help.
smashed
Charlie,
it.
shut the fuck
He
up.
did
You
great.
need to lower that.
He
You
did
need to
really
lower it. There's no way it makes a fucking difference that that thing is that high. Just
Yeah,
bring it down to the top of the tyre.
Clearly, like
Bring it to
realistically,
the top of the tyre.
all jokes aside now, if Charlie just slammed his fucking car and then went and drove it,
I bet he'd still
it
drive the
wouldn't
same.
make any
I think he'd drive the same.
fucking difference.
No,
Yeah.
not slammed it, but just
at
brought
all.
it down to the fucking top of the
A little
tyre.
bit, not don't go
Because after
crazy.
you could just get like a finger. We'll let you off with a finger
Yeah.
on the top of the tyre. I bet you do just try that, Charlie.
Clearly
Next year.
makes
Try it next year.
fucking no.
Because Charlie's just a fucking
odds.
fantastic driver.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
just get it real.
He beat Phil in one BDC round a couple of years back, didn't he? In the rain at some weird place.
Oh, he did. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I want to say NEC or something like that.
Yeah, I was watching the live stream.
I don't
I think
know.
it was mechanical failure on Phil's behalf, but you still beat him.
Still beat a win is a win.
Yeah.
But yeah, LZ-Fest for me was an absolute, hands down. I think I needed it. You needed it. We needed it.
We all needed it.
I needed that
You
Monday.
needed to be there.
Yeah.
Dan needed to be there.
Yeah.
But generally, it was just overwhelming.
I
and
think for the fact, look, it was fucking sick. Don't get me wrong, but the fact of we haven't seen each other since 2019.
I know. Yeah.
We've had the shit show. What's going on in the world? All of a sudden, we're back together at
Yep.
the craziest fucking drift event
I
we've
know.
probably all been to. Really.
Like
It was
ever.
so funny. Like I text Ty the night he arrived,
Yeah.
and I was kind of like, not that I didn't think it was going to happen, but when he was texting
I know, but
me, like he
we
was
we
in
tried to
London,
organise things the last 3 years.
I know.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
in London, and I'm like, oh my god, he's actually coming. And then he's sat in my front room on a fucking blow-up bed, and I literally text him saying, I can't believe that you're in my front room. I feel a bit emotional. Like you're in.
We're back,
My
baby.
next message was, I never thought I'd see you again.
Yeah, it did start to feel like that.
It was just
Back end of last year, it was
Yeah.
like it just felt like another excuse for something to stop everyone from having fucking fun. And what's mental is that now that everything is, because clearly everything's fucking over.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
horrible as fuck.
Now that everything's fucking over, everyone's just been like, despite other things going on in the world, everyone's just been like, wow, let's fucking crack on, let's do some
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah,
let's
for
go
sure.
out, let's go
Let's
for
go.
days, let's go and have some fucking fun,
Yeah.
and let's
Thank
do
fuck.
that for as long as we fucking possibly can.
We're doing the shit now that we talked about at next level where we're like, fuck,
Yeah.
we need to go to this country. We got invited to here. We got invited to there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you can't even leave your fucking house
Nope.
because you're not vaccinated.
We had kids.
Here we are.
We had kids just before,
Yeah.
and then our
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
can't even go and see fucking family members.
Oh,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
This is the difference. Last 2019 when I come, low origin, no children.
Yeah.
Today I was playing uncle duties at the park with Saul's daughter.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
the times have changed, and
know.
you've got
But
Harry.
we've done a week of
Yeah.
fucking pissing about with car shit. Well, one day of fucking.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
We have to
We have
acknowledge that we're family men these
Yeah.
days.
We ain't doing unit hangs. We're
The
doing
family man.
we're doing
Yeah.
play with children.
Play with kids.
Looking
sounds
after-
messed up.
No,
Yeah.
everyone knows what you mean.
Yeah.
You guys are dads now.
No, I know we can't.
I'm
make
still the
those
same
jokes
Aussie
anymore.
dickhead.
We
Fucking
can't-
weird if we were all stood at a park just watching kids.
Yeah.
We don't even have kids.
Everyone knows what we're talking about.
But yeah, I know it is a lot's
cool, but-
changed. A lot's changed, and it is honestly, it's been so fucking good to have you.
For sure.
here,
Thanks
uh,
for
just
bringing me along.
generally.
I feel like I am the Bluetooth teammate. Hey,
Bluetooth teammate.
I'm a bit of a hobe of teammates. Got my own team, and then I'm a part of you guys, really,
Yeah.
and Street Carnage, and whoever I'm really good friends
You
with,
are
really.
a proper social hoe.
Yeah, boy.
You're a
Social hoe.
But
You
if
get passed around.
yeah, thanks for having me.
Passed
It was
around.
sick. But we still got to do all the questions on the Instagram.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, shit.
Oh,
Should we
yeah,
smash
yeah,
through this?
yeah.
one?
Because what are we at? 2 hours,
'Cause I need to-
12 minutes.
Oh my god, my eyes are
And
so bad.
I fly to Australia in about 5,
5 hours.
6, 7-ish, 6 hours. I can't even remember what time my fucking flight is. 8 o'clock.
You should probably fucking find that fucking.
It's
out.
8 o'clock. I
Jesus
remember.
Christ.
Yeah.
What time is it now?
It's fine. It's fine.
We've got 10 minutes before I need to shut this shit down because the neighbours will start getting pissed off. It's like 10 to fucking 11.
Holy fuck! Oh, you got. Yeah,
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Alright,
there's a lot.
Give me. Right, okay. I'm gonna try not to close the phone. Okay, so we're gonna go with. We're just gonna smash through them.
Go.
Even if there's awkward ones.
Okay.
Okay. So crashing is fun. That is Matt Cooley.
Yeah, the Matt.
Just do more pods.
We're gonna try.
Hey.
We always say this, but
A Murphy Shark. What coilers do you guys run? CS2s. Actually, just CS2s.
Yeah.
I run CS2s. What do you run, Saul?
CS2s.
CS2s. Fraser Macaulay.
Yeah, the Fraser.
I'm not reading that.
Sucks.
I'm not reading that.
Cat, come back.
I'm not reading that.
Oh God.
No, I'm not reading.
Can I
that.
read
No.
We can't read that. No, read it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
It sucks we couldn't see Fraser. I was keen.
Yeah,
to
we
see
should.
him.
It would have been nice to come see Fraser.
Oh dear.
Just don't.
Okay.
Yeah. That question.
C11SDN. More Lone Star head fuckery.
More Lone Star head fuckery.
I don't know what that means. Maybe
I feel
wasn't
like
there.
that was probably him saying that
Oh,
was a stance car.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it was. It is.
It is a stance car.
It is.
B3NNY.WO. Do you think the F1 biofuel will actually be a thing, or will EVs take over more motorsport?
I feel that it kind of needs to if anyone wants to continue doing something like what we do.
Yeah.
I have got no interest
100%.
in fucking doing
No,
screeching.
I think there's a
fucking
look.
truck.
Don't get me wrong. I think there's a place for it, but I also think like it's almost like if you take the internal combustion engine out of motorsport entirely.
Takes the excitement away.
It's like fitting a V8.
Don't get me wrong.
It's like
There's
lazy.
there's some definitely really super exciting and scary fucking EVs out there.
Yeah.
But like,
Still don't give a fuck.
I'm okay. Anyway, Damo Murphy drifting. Why didn't you beat Martin? I had no handbrake, and also it's Martin. He's well better than me.
Yeah.
Don't be
You
fucking
added
crazy.
it.
Martin's a beast.
Here's one from Offensive. That's a good Instagram hand. I mean, Offensive. Cool. Sell your cars and buy MX-5s. I mean, we have had this
We have
conversation.
had MX-5s though, and
We've had
then always sold
MX-5s. We've done them both. Gardner1611. Why wasn't Dan at DoriLz-Fest? We have covered that. Get off that fucking keyboard little
That
cat.
cat which wants to go inside, but every time I go to open the door, it fucking runs off.
JDM Les Photography. Top 3 builds that aren't your cars. Ties.
Oh, mama.
Ties, yeah.
And ties. There you go. There's top
Oh,
3.
thanks, boys.
Works. How do you feel about the Queen's passing? How do we feel about the Queen's passing? It's literally just happened.
It has no bearing on our life.
And
Life
we haven't
continues.
looked at we've not looked at the internet to tell us how we should feel about it.
I
So
feel that
I don't even feel safe making a reference to it at this moment in time because
Yeah.
it could be that the entire universe goes, oh my god, how fucking dare they say a goddamn thing about.
my nana would have been bothered. My mum will be bothered.
I mean,
I'm not bothered. I don't understand why it would have a bearing on any normal person's life. It's sad, but people die every
Yeah.
day.
it's
And
it's
there's
sad,
people
but my
dying
god,
of
she lived a fucking long life, a
People
good
are-
life,
yeah,
a happy life,
Not just that, people
an
are dying of
enriched
fucking
life.
starvation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're all about to pay incredible prices for it. Although according to Liz Truss, we're not going to. Hey, let's not get into that.
We still love you, Corey Works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cora Works. Yeah, hey.
More
The
chaser
boys.
posts.
Tom Sinclair, more chaser posts.
If you know, you
The
know.
reference that Anyway, Tom Sinclair underscore MNP. He's the guy with the big trailer. Dan was the person we most expected for LZ. Why did he not drive? We've had this conversation already. Ben
Money.
XL, my new wheels hit my calipers. What's best for fitment? 5mm spacer or grind the caliper?
Grind the caliper.
Oh, caliper fitment, baby.
Grind.
You
the
know what I'm
caliper.
going to say. If you think 5mm will do it, then I think 5mm can come off the caliper. I never said that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever grind anything off your
when your
caliper. It's
pistons
dangerous.
burst out of the caliper, that's on you.
It's dangerous and stupid. And don't ever do it. And I'm not going to tell you
Yeah.
that I've both done it to these calipers, those calipers, and the rear calipers.
Put the spacer on.
But it works.
Depends what your fitment's like. If your fitment's whack, and you
Send
can
us
get
some
away with a
pictures.
5
Send us some
mils,
pictures.
but yeah.
Liam Hussey, is Dan becoming a pro motocross rider now? Then when you lowering the MX bike? Yeah, he was at YZ Festival. And yeah, that might be the thing. Who knows? NWOKN. What do you think of the new Mayhan style fitment cars and the new wave of soaring drifters?
Touchy.
Look, they can do what the fuck they want.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
fine,
own separate
It's
style.
still a cool
It's becoming the problem is. It's
Hey, I don't
becoming a
watch
style.
EV stuff.
Yeah. I don't
Simple
watch
as
EV
this.
videos, yeah.
Great car styling, but they should. If they were slammed, it'd be even better.
Yeah, I would.
Simple as that.
I would watch.
Yeah.
Ollie KEM5. What's more forgivable, arch gap or caliper gap? Probably caliper gap. Yeah, realistically,
No, 'cause-
it is.
what caliper gap you want?
It is.
Arch gap you don't want.
I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
grab this cat in a minute. It's proper pissing me off.
It's driving. Oh.
Bearded mechanic. Did you initiate Colette into the Fade gang at DoriLz-Fest? No, but somebody did say to her, "Oh, do you want to go and see your rest of your teammates?" And she did do an eye roll, and I can understand why she did an eye roll because
I think some of our weird humour as English people is
they
kind of
don't
lost
get
on
that.
Americans, and they
Yeah.
don't 100% get it.
VVTI Furton, how did the cars perform? And please make sure that the camera is still recording. Oh, that's a good point. That shall I just make a fucking?
Here, let me hold your microphone so I don't delete it.
I'm gonna make it really awkward. Oh no, I can't. I actually can't fucking.
Just give you a microphone.
Here. Yeah,
Headphones
yeah.
are the problem. Yeah.
Oh, give me both. You good? Yeah.
We're still going. Fucking
Look
hell.
at us go, boy.
Look at us. Who'd have thought? Not me.
Will the mic work, but
Fucking hell. The
G'day.
Yeah,
still
buzz.
going.
yeah.
So that was VVTI first Furton. Opinions on UK car shows. I tell you now, compared to Irish car shows,
Fucking shite. Well, we haven't been to a car show for that long because they are shit. But
Because
there
of that.
obviously there are the tucked and the fitteds, and which look fucking great. There's some good cars there.
yeah,
And I mean, that's a
Jesus Christ.
You got to put that back in your mouth.
from Australia.
This away.
This is where pink eye comes from, as I've discovered. Right, let's move on.
So-
We're running out of time.
So yeah,
Um,
fitted and stuff like that, great. But I think
yeah.
like tracks and stuff is probably still
There
got
is some
shit
good stuff.
cars.
Yeah, there are some good shows.
Yeah.
We don't really know. We don't really do car shows, but
don't.
Ireland is fucking sick.
Anyway, Saul and Alex talk about changes on your cars and how you found the cars at the last two events. We've done this.
No, well,
We've spent 2 hours on it, and I need to wait,
What are you
and we've
doing?
got 2
What are you
minutes.
doing? What are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are you gonna do
Changes.
to your car?
I'm going to fucking fit a hydro that works.
Hydro. I'm gonna have another look at my rear alignment.
Have a
and
look at your rear.
Change my arms and go to a
Change your
265
arms.
And probably have to maybe change the arches.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
the back, the over fenders.
Okay.
Maybe.
Callum Pete again.
Yeah, the Callum.
What's next for the cars, liveries, winter changes, and so on? Keeping the livery. Saul's only just put this one on, so
Yeah, well, I mean,
it'd be
we're
pretty
gonna-
cruel of me to be like,
gonna-
let's get a new livery.
We are currently in discussions with companies for sponsorship and stuff. So we will be making inquiries, and we will be changing the livery in the near future.
Yeah, subtle changes.
But we will be obviously hinging that on what companies start to come on board and who we end up doing conversations with.
Cool. Tom Sinclair MB again has said, when you going to release the low origin ripsticks? I'd love to do ripsticks as low origin fade. They'd be sick. In fact, I've noticed that actually is the low origin fade on my ripstick.
Yeah, it does have the lotion fade on it. It needs more purple.
Anyway, Angus
More purple.
Bentley, did you steal
Yeah.
the tyres? No, we didn't steal the tyres.
I'm
I can't
fucking
believe so many.
shocking.
How many? Was it a pallet?
A
Or
pallet of tyres,
Someone
2.5
stole it.
grand's worth of tyres.
What a piece of shit.
who the
Apparently,
fuck?
apparently they know who it is as well. Like
Oh,
that it's come out.
fuck's
That,
sake.
I don't think they've said.
Hey,
it. I think
if it's the
they've
same,
kind
I mean,
of-
well,
I think they've kind of said we know it's who it is. If you don't come forward with it, we're going to put you on blast.
Good.
Wow.
And I
Fuck,
think it-
they
I mean,
deserve to be.
Somebody stole my sign, and that is really
I fucking
lame.
wish I would have nicked tyres because I
I-
don't fucking any.
Yeah, but what would you do with 265s?
Oh, I would have
Nothing.
done nothing. I would have given back.
Anyway, whoever stole my sign,
Can I have
right?
it back?
I know this is lame, but I just want the fucking sign back because it was funny, and I was when I first saw it, I was like, I'm gonna take that home, and I said to Adam, I was like, can I take this home? He's like, yeah, you can take that home. And then someone fucking stole it before I could take it down.
Yeah.
Anyway, Insta Boost. What about that wild pizza run?
Oh my god.
We could do a podcast on that because
Shock.
Shout out to Adam.
so much fun.
What a fucking
I
beast.
haven't laughed like that in a
Yeah.
while.
I think it was
We did
50%
All of
scare,
us, all of us.
50% fucking excitement.
we went to go see our friend Adam, and we went and did some fucking fast
It's been so long since I've done a street O as well.
street stuff.
100%,
And my
yeah.
god, that was
In a
yeah.
diesel BMW.
In a diesel BMW. My eyes have never been wider. I was
That
like
was
this the
so
whole time,
funny.
like laughing like a fucking
Everyone
moron.
who knows Adam, obviously, he's a big lad, and I'm sat behind him, and I'm put in, and I'm like, this is gonna be the world's weirdest like crash scene investigation with Adams between my legs, and he's sat.
Can you imagine trying
like this? His head is here. I could just rub his head.
like a bit like the whole thing.
He's a beast. Yeah. That was the best pizza run of my life.
Yeah,
It
that was
so
Insta Boost. That was incredible, and I mean, we only put on the end of it, because
the
reality was that was like
it was
half an hour
45 minutes of screaming,
constantly.
That was the very last.
We only
part
filmed the end
though.
because we thought
It
we were going
looks
to die.
great on your camera because you're in the front.
Oh.
And there's me and Alex going another fucking
we're like
5
moving
feet further,
moving around like this.
rotation.
Okay, anyway, last one. The life of Brad. Would you say this event was more of a celebration of YouTube drifters more than about Adam?
No.
I'll read that again.
Wait,
Would you say
why
this
would we
event
celebrate
was
Adam?
more a celebration of YouTube drifting more than about Adam?
No.
It's a strange question.
I think
but
that event really brought. No matter if you're a YouTuber,
It was that Adam was there. That
Adam.
was really
it was Adam's
was
event.
there.
It was half Adam's
Yeah.
event, half Dave's event. It was a big mix of professional drivers. No matter if you're from the UK or Ireland.
Yep.
Then there's you guys, which are grassroots style boys. There's so many different kind of genres of different people, not just from YouTube, who are drifters, were there. It wasn't just about the YouTubers.
Yeah.
It was everybody brought together.
I saw someone say like, "Oh, I noticed that none of the YouTubers were on the podiums."
why does it matter?
Are you fucking stupid? Why would any of the? What are you on about?
You're not
that's
beating
not
James
why
Dean.
People were there. Yeah, I mean,
Wait a minute,
Connor
wait a
Shanahan,
minute.
Jack Shanahan.
Do people forget that James Dean has
it's
YouTube?
No, it's
and
not
he's
that.
quite
Yeah,
good
exactly.
at it.
No, but I
Fair.
think I just saw it. I was just like, oh, wait, noticed that none of the like. What were you? Also, imagine if Adam LZ had won his own event.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I mean, what did he get? He top.
Truthfully,
Did he got
he
knocked out in top 8?
I think he got
I
top.
think he was
must be
fifth.
fifth,
Fifth,
or fourth, or
yeah,
fifth,
yeah.
something like that.
It's pretty fucking
Fourth,
good.
yeah.
Jesus
considering,
Christ.
Considering everyone ahead of him was Red Bull, or Falcon, Monster,
yeah,
D-Mech drivers,
Exactly.
they are literally the best of the best.
100%.
I mean, James Dean's been all over the world and beat everyone at every competition
Ever.
He's going to go drift
Including himself.
He's going to go drift on the moon soon.
He's gonna go. He's gonna have an AI like drone of himself.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a ghost of himself on a track doing the.
Have you seen his recent video of obviously like the Thursday when Adam came over and they're drifting in a field? Me and you were watching it before.
Oh,
and it
shit,
is
yeah.
so fucking fast. Even a field drifting with like stock
rapid
missile cars,
Just backs it
top
in.
of third, like
top of third on a field?
Yeah, just
Jesus
like
Christ.
a backy for like 400 meters,
Yeah.
and he's like, that was pretty cool. Yeah, no shit.
Jesus Christ.
But it was sick.
Right.
That's our questions done.
That's our questions done.
And we should say big thanks to Dave
Yeah.
and the Drift Team
Thank
gang.
you very much, Dave, and the Drift Games team. You
Yeah,
absolutely
wow.
What a
smashed it.
fucking weekend.
What a fucking weekend! Like,
You deserve probably about 4 weeks off.
yeah, I would.
But
if
Dave's
it's
not gonna
I know.
love
I know. Josh is now churning content
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
but like,
yeah.
You guys need to have a bit of a kip for
Yeah,
like
well, I
some
think
time.
he had 2 days off, so I text Josh and I didn't get a response until today. So I know he's still alive.
We left
That's all that
Monday.
matters.
He's still alive. That's all that matters. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna just
Yeah.
say, I'm gonna say thank you to people. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Not even.
If
not
you
even.
went to LZ or you watched DoriLz-Fest or you were in any way involved,
yeah.
thank you because it was.
Importantly for me, that event was massively about people.
Yeah.
Like Dave
Oh,
brought so
100%.
many people together and
Yeah.
made such a massive
From
event.
different walks of life.
And talking to people, everyone was so happy about
Yeah.
COVID, it being a thing. All those people were there. That he's bringing people
Yeah.
that they never even thought they would see.
For
into
sure.
one place. So it was a massive. It was our vibe.
Yeah.
It was the crazy part is as well, like what Saul's saying, is it's not just the big thanks to Drift Games and Adam for having the event, but the people that had come out to speak to us who wanted photos.
How respectful everybody was.
It
They were
was
just chill
crazy.
as fuck.
I felt like I was just back at home at a drift event in
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
It was where it was. Everyone was more than welcoming, no matter what part of Drift Games or what part of the event they were there for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could change one thing about the weekend, what would it be?
I would have probably liked to have done what you guys did on the Monday.
Monday.
Like
Bash.
on the Saturday.
Just bashing
Or, like,
around.
well, maybe on the Saturday. Like, I don't know. Maybe just do it on the Monday. But then how do you have people turn up to do stuff?
Oh.
I mentioned
Can't
this to
kill you,
Dave,
you
and I'd spoken to a couple of people about it, and Tom Van Beek and me were having a conversation, and I feel like if he could make it a 3-day event,
Yeah.
in going forward and having a bash on the Friday where you just have open.
Yeah.
You know.
But then we definitely wouldn't be doing the comp.
No, well, you have your. But then
I kind of would like to do that again.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure Dave will have us back.
It was
we will.
hilarious.
I tell you what. Next time, I bet you we're so much better in that competition.
Next time, I
bet
bet we
beat
try
someone.
well harder.
I bet you we beat someone next time.
Ourselves.
I'll beat Alex. Me and Alex in the cars. Who gets on
Beating
faster?
off.
Fuck.
Oh my god!
I'm not spotting. Not spotting this one, boys.
Ties in the boot.
Oh fuck!
Let me the fuck out of here, cunt.
Trying not to lock eyes with Alex, but trying to work out where he's up to.
Fuck's sake.
Work out. Right, that's enough. We're good.
Yeah.
That's been the Low Origin podcast. I've been
later.
Alex Law. This is Ty Jeffries. And that's Sol Del Rio. And this is probably the longest one we've done in a while. But hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, please fuck off. If you did enjoy it, like it and comment and all the things that are really not important in any way whatsoever. But will serve our erections.
If you've got any companies that want to just chuck some money at us,
if you want to give us some money, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, we have a store. Please visit it.
Yeah.
That'd be great. And yeah, bye bye.
Love you. Now for 4.5 hours of ASMR.
Fuck you, cunts. I'm going home. In about 6 hours.
Let me do a fucking clap. I need to do a clap. Okay. Hey, so Alex, future Alex, this is the clap.